Welcome back, everyone, to the Phil's Recap and Review. It is The Sopranos, Season 1, Episodes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We're here tonight to watch these episodes, and we hope you're going to join us as well. I'm not alone, as well as people in and out in the motherfucking chat. They'll be coming in. We got Lotus the dog, who's already doing sexually explicit things to Big Daddy Matt.
This is only going to get worse.
Yeah, this is good. This is the beginning of the end. Lotus sensed. Notice how Lotus sensed the excitement. She was chilling before
You're in my ear, dog.
Oh my goodness! But I'm also not alone. This is a big night here. We got a lot of friends. We have here my cousin Craig. How's it going, Craig?
What's going on? How you doing?
We also have a hidden person in the corner right there. We have my cousin Pete. Hi, Pete. And there's Pete. We also have Stephanie N-E-Z. Stephanie N-E-Z. I mean Steph N-E-Z. And then we have, of course, Big Daddy Matt and Lotus the dog, who is all over the place. We immediately start, and Lotus goes fucking crazy. But we hope you guys can join us. Tonight, what we're going to be doing is watching 3 episodes of The Sopranos, Season 1, the last 3 episodes. Matt, it's been a long road to finally get to...
It's like 2 years?
It's been like 2 years to get to this point in Season 1 of The Sopranos. I can't believe we're finally here. And it took cheating. It took taking almost a year off from doing it.
It took not a fight, but a long talk between
a long
you
talk,
and me to make
a
it happen.
serious conversation where Matt officially quit the podcast, and then I had to sort of be
on good terms.
On good terms, no, on it's okay, Matt. Things are
so we can get a reference.
Feel free to just push her off.
Lotus, come.
She doesn't know how to take notes. Lotus has decided once the show started to completely take over the show. But if anyone hasn't watched one of these type of things with us before, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be watching the episode live, commenting on it, bullshitting during it. If you've never watched The Sopranos Season 1, Episode 11, 12, 13, I highly recommend not watching this for the first time with us here. Because we're going to be talking all over it, talking about things to come in the future, all those sorts of things. So this is going to not be spoiler safe, if that makes sense. You can get your comments and questions in if anyone wants to get their voice in the discussion by leaving a voicemail at 781-990-8509. But other than that, jump into the live motherfucking chat while you're watching. But obviously, if you're not watching, we'll try to make this as interesting to you as possible. There'll be ways that you could possibly see things going on in the episode to a minor extent. I don't know about anything in the room right now, but there might be certain ways for you to watch certain things, or at least be able to hear maybe it a little bit as well, or we'll at least try to give you a little bit of context about what's going on the screen. So without any further ado, I think anything else before we start these episodes? You already watched the episodes, right?
I did, but it's like a week and a half ago. So.
Oh, okay, so it's so far away. I did watch the episodes as well, so they're somewhat fresh for me. Oh, we've got people in the live motherfucking chat. We got Tim, we got Broke Black Man, Joe Dirty Locks.
We got no one over here.
I know, we got no chat over here. I have to refresh the chat on the opposite side. Give me a second.
So unloved.
I know. Matt's like, no one's watching. What's going on here? I didn't know. Let me do this, push this off. But yes. So Pete. This is Pete's very first time on the podcast ever. Craig also. I've been trying to get you. Craig,
I went on the old radio show.
Yeah, you were on the old radio show. That's
with Matt.
With Matt in a trivia competition.
Kicked your ass in trivia.
He kicked Matt's ass in a music trivia situation, which we're trying to.
And I'm a gloater.
We're trying to bring that back as well, and we're going to have a big match between you, Matt, and Alan coming up soon on the podcast to finally have the revenge battle. Jeopardy! Matt's going to bring a little item from school to help do some buzzing in.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but in the future or whatever. And we're gonna do a big trivia competition at some point.
Buying it, but that's fine.
Or something like
I'll
that.
pull my Alan Jackson and just
it's gonna be fucking crazy. And Craig, we also tried to get you to come over to do a music podcast at some point, which we still might do in the future. And maybe, depending on the end of this podcast, how late we go and how much talk we do after the podcast's over, that we might get into that after the episode or between episodes. We very easily could get into some music talk with Pete,
all of us,
with all you guys here, and everyone. Look in the live motherfucking chat. We have some friends. We have Sam in there. We have William, Broke Black Man, Tim Gersh. How's it going, Tim? Buzzing? You mean a vibrator? Buzz, buzz, buzz. Holy shit! So here we go. Without any further ado. To you. Let's get into watching this episode of The Sopranos. Let me organize my screen so I can see when when obviously, anyone who's watched these live streams know at some point we're gonna get disconnected and it's gonna say stream is over, and I'm just gonna have to refresh. So so let's get prepared for this. And where we were the last episode we watched was a hit is a hit is a hit, right, or whatever that the Feach. Not Feach. Hesh.
Yeah.
Hesh episodes.
That's a great
So
episode.
to place us in a
the one
moment.
where Chris tries to become the music producer.
Yeah, what's
Right.
the rapper's name?
Being the rapper.
What's the rapper's name?
I forget what his name is, but the band is
Terrible.
terrible. Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna inside
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah.
Oh, what was his name? Look it up. Some
What was the rapper's name? Big something. I think it was Big something.
Was that the last one? Because we watched 2 of them.
Yeah, Big Tasty
Was that
or something. I love how all of you guys pulled out the phones at the same time. It's great. Big Tasty. No, wrong show. Just wanted to send you guys. Sam says, just want to send you guys a bunch of love, and I will see you guys in another motherfucking chat. Sam, thank you so much for stopping on in, and hope you get the
Massive genius.
Massive
I was kind of
genius.
wrong. Big, massive, whatever.
massive. They're synonyms.
Yeah, I knew it was something big.
There's some synonyms here, and I'm also sorry about the visual aspect because we have a lot of people. We can't even put Pete in the camera right now, and the camera's at a weird angle. It looks like we're just in a fucked up accident or something. So, but okay, some funny shit going on in the live chat right now. So here, without any further ado, let's start this episode. It's called Nobody Knows Anything. And up until this point, leading up to this point in the season, The Sopranos has kind of gone lighter. In the previous couple of episodes, we get the hit episode with the Hesh episode and Christopher beating the shit out of a fucking horrible emo grunge band. We have the episode before. What was the episode before? That was an AJ episode, I think. No, it was the soccer coach one that we watched.
Right.
With the girl that he's like sleeping with.
He's sleeping
Allie.
with Allie, where it's basically an Artie episode in a lot of ways.
Artie's really good in that episode.
Artie
is good.
Artie's good in that episode. Yeah. But ultimately, the tone of The Sopranos hasn't been super serious since college, even, you could say. There's been some hints to it. But this episode really took me for a loop on my rewatch. And as we get into this, because it starts off very funny, and you're going to see a couple of funny moments, especially with Pussy. It starts off with Pussy in a whorehouse. Hurting his back.
Yeah.
But it gets real dark and serious really quick, and you see the other side of The Sopranos. And that's what you really see in these final 3 episodes.
Question is this the one where the guy I forget the agent's name? That
We'll get to it.
We'll get to
His
it.
name is Kevin McAllister's dad.
His name is Kevin McAllister's dad.
McAllister's dad.
Yeah, that's his name.
Great.
But yeah.
Right.
But
the other his name on the show.
Kevin McAllister's dad.
Mikarsky or something.
Right.
Something. McLaren. Yes.
But the weird, I mean,
the
beginning of season 1, they're very disjoint from each other. The episodes, like there's episodes where there's no Paulie whatsoever, no mention of him, or they're weird little stories within the whole universe. These are all sort of tied together.
Yeah, and it shows you more what The Sopranos is to become in season 2,
right?
And would have continued in season 3 if Livia hadn't died and stuff.
Well,
Livia dies.
Season 1, it's like you don't see Silvio outside the Bada Bing. I think
no, not really.
They only show him in the Bing. Like that was.
And
if they were there, you saw him. But other than that,
and it's surprising, especially leading up to these final episodes where you see them a lot more, how little you see of the rest of the guys besides Christopher.
There's a couple episodes with no Paulie in it whatsoever.
People that right, lads and ladies, I'm off. Unfortunately, I can't stay here, but I'll be back before it ends. Remember, everyone, to leave a like. Thank you, William. That's fucking awesome of you. Lord of the Last Hearth. Great to see you. Great to be joining us this evening for this drunkish thing. I do want to mention something, and I'll mention it a few times throughout the evening. A couple of weeks ago, a week or so ago, Joe and I did the shots for Super Chat. Unfortunately, my liver wants to do it again. My liver's saying, Phil, you got to play that game again. I'm not telling you to make any Super Chat donations. In fact, I'm advising you not to. But if anyone wants to, I will take a shot. That promotion, if you want to call it that, is still available tonight. So if you guys want to fuck with that shit, jump on in. Definitely, I don't have to, and please don't. But I'll talk about it a couple of times throughout the evening. I see Spots, again, one of the greatest names in all the live motherfucking chats. I love that. Great to see all of you guys joining us. even when you pop in and out for a second, because we'd be doing this anyways, so we appreciate anyone, even if The Sopranos aren't your thing or you've never seen The Sopranos, where I'm seeing some of the Pete's face, never seen The Sopranos. You're in a room here right now, and maybe a couple people are going to show off this podcast right now. Never seen Game of Thrones, no interest. Never seen Game of Thrones, no interest. Never seen Game of Thrones, interest.
I watched half of the first episode.
Not your thing. Wasn't my thing. So just be mindful, people. So we're getting people shutting off right now.
Game of Thrones and Sopranos, totally
different universes. So I'm seeing a lot of our good Game of Thrones friends. So I just wanted to put that out there. And him.
Chat bigger so that I can see it.
We see Gary. I can make it a little bigger. I don't know. Can you rub it? Can you rub the chat? That always makes it bigger for me.
I can rub you.
Oh yeah, hey, that makes a lot of things bigger. You can't see the whole chat, but we can slide over there. We see Gary's in the live fucking chat. Thank you, Gary. Enough fucking foreplay, enough jerking it. Let's get to some coming. I woke up this morning and I got myself a gun. Did I just cancel it?
Nope.
Did I play it?
Okay.
I did cancel it. Tim says the first Game of Thrones episode was tough for him to watch too.
I don't even remember the first episode of Game of Thrones at this point.
Oh, it was fucking beautiful. Magic. Woke up this morning, got myself some penis. James Gandolfini. I think it's
that's the penis you got.
Yeah, I got. Oh, that's scary, sweaty penis, Matt.
That's some heavy breathing.
Very heavy breathing. Drink. No, I always think it's interesting that the theme song was so last minute to the show.
Yeah.
That they had this intro before they had this theme song.
Though. So perfect.
Yeah, and Steven Van Zandt didn't like it at first. He thought it was stupid, and then he said, "Well, of course, it ended up being great once he put it in there." The theme song.
Yeah, he said he just knew it was perfect. I mean, they probably tweaked it a little bit, but I think this theme song it's just so, it gets me excited. It gets me in Sopranos.
It's one of those that you don't want to skip, even when you can skip it, but you don't.
You don't. You almost watch it every time.
And there were years and years, and
The Wire
still now, after the HBO thing with that sound, I expect it to kick in.
Yeah.
For a lot of years, I always
another show like that for me
is
is Louis, because that Louis.
Yeah.
For the people that watch like Game of Thrones, it's the same thing.
Right now, it's probably turned into that for them too.
But that's how lay
my end.
I still think of The Sopranos. I still think of Oz. That's the first one I think of. I hear
a bad show in comparison to the rest, but for some reason the Entourage theme song always seemed to go perfect with the HBO.
With
It was
Harry.
the right tone with that. Yeah.
Tim says we had to just power through
Boobs drink.
through Cersei and Jamie fucking. Yeah, boobs. Thank you. I'm playing my own sort of Sopranos drinking game.
But every time you see boobs drink.
Paulie.
Hey, here's my baby. Debbie, you gotta put her on the A list, really. She writes better than Willie Shoemaker.
This is an excellent Paulie episode. This is really, in some ways, this episode's Paulie's coming out party.
I think he's having a heart attack.
Thomas says The Sopranos is awesome. I fucking love it, Thomas.
Do you drink on every individual set of boobs, or just?
Shut up, Pete.
Tony's boobs.
Tony's boobs.
Boobs twice.
More boobs.
There you go.
Looks like he's having a heart attack.
This is awesome.
Yep. And Thomas is saying The Wire too. Yeah, Pete and I were talking about The Wire crossover. But
Bill will literally play just the
intro song,
to The Wire.
Especially season 1.
When I did the binge on it, I think it was before season 5. Honestly, it was so exciting when you put on the first episode of a new season going, okay, what's the music going to be?
You know who's a big character on speaking of Game of Thrones is the mayor, Cicerati or whatever his name is. He plays...
really?
Yeah, he plays a character called Littlefinger on Game of Thrones. Okay, enough Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
There he is, Kevin McAllister's father.
Right.
Kevin McAllister's
Who'd have thought it
father.
would come to this, huh?
Yeah. 4 days later, I think this is maybe one of the only times I remember The Sopranos doing like a flashback sort of thing like that. JD says it's been a while since I've seen The Sopranos. Been a while since I've seen The Sopranos.
Oh, this is really
This is the best when Pussy runs.
Yeah, Pussy tries to run.
Yeah.
Pussy was...
They can't grab him by the pussy.
You forget so much because of when he disappears, but Pussy is so much a part of what was successful about The Sopranos at the beginning. Matt and I talked about this before. Just saying big pussy.
As
Oh,
someone
yeah,
who didn't watch
absolutely.
the show until very late was when I caught up with this, but he was the one that you'd see, at the VMAs or whatever it was. He was the guy that was the pop culture star of it.
It's funny that he was only in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Like
it eventually became Bobby a little bit too, like the actor that plays Bobby.
He's milked this
forever. Every fucking cent of it. And he reminds everyone he wore a fat suit. So remember I wore a fat suit. I'm really not that fat.
Here he goes.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Claudio. Love you, buddy. Hello. What you doing? More titties. Drink.
There's no. When's the first time you ever see Vito? We haven't seen him yet at all, right?
No, we see him in season 1 for a second, but he's not Vito.
Oh, when Chris shoots
When
you get the
Goodfellas thing.
the Goodfellas. It's so weird when you watch the first season, you see Junior outside the house.
Yep.
That's actually a weird thing to get, so used to seeing Junior just in his bathrobe in the house.
It's so sad. It's one of the things that you think about a lot watching this episode and watching these 3 episodes in retrospect of the whole series is how short Junior's reign actually was.
Yeah.
You feel bad for him because Livia really did wrap him around. You can see him. Keep an eye on this in these 3 episodes, how Junior's realizing how Livia's playing him and realizing there's nothing he can do about it. He's been fucked by Livia, and I have to go with it. I've ridden this horse this far. I got to ride it till she dies. Because Junior is one of my favorite characters. Like I feel for
and
the
it's
guy.
funny in that episode where she's like, "Oh, your mom sure looks forward to your uncle's visits," because she loves that playing that role.
Are you playing a titty drinking game, Claudio? We're always playing a titty drinking game. Titties and drink. No, every time there's titties on screen, we drink. Every time Tony breathes heavy, we drink. Every time someone's whacked, we drink. So pretty much we drink all the time.
Yeah.
He's so shitty to this guy.
He treats him like crap.
Like shit. Like
Degenerate gambler with a badge.
And to talk about later on, there's a couple of lines in here when keep an eye out for this. There's a line with Silvio and Tony talking that's very interesting considering later on in the series when Tony becomes a degenerate gambler. It's the second half of season.
Oh yeah, that's right.
About if I was in trouble, I wouldn't bet on football. That's for sure.
Right.
Like he makes fun. Like he shits on people like that. He becomes somebody like that.
It's so weird. Like the things you can pick up on that he foreshadowed. Because that's one of the things that I've actually never picked up on that one.
Yep.
It's a new one for me.
It is, and it's. I guess his dad had problems with it too. It's something. It's him being. It's another sign of showing how self-destructive they need to make Tony in the final season, just to make him unlikable. I think David Chase came to a point where he was so upset that people liked these characters so much. James Gandolfini too. I think he was so upset that they let people love Tony, and he wanted to make Tony hateable in that last season by doing what he did with Christopher.
And you start to feel like he's an asshole.
He's an asshole.
The Christopher thing is so
Like
inexcusable.
not what he does, what he does afterwards. The fact that spoiler alert, go 5 seconds ahead or pause if you haven't seen the series. He kills Christopher, then he goes to Vegas, fucks Christopher's girlfriend, and does mushrooms with her.
Right.
And
I think it was peyote actually.
Peyote. Yeah, it is peyote.
By the way, he does the peyote scene amazingly. The way he acts at the casino too is amazing. The way
Yeah, it really is. It's that in you mentioned our Entourage. Jeremy Piven playing the mushroom scene in the desert when he's tripping out and stuff is like and Johnny Drama in the desert tripping and stuff like that.
The first thing I remember James Gandolfini from was I think that Get Shorty movie.
Yes.
And if you
or
look
True Romance, he's in True Romance.
You really see what an amazing actor though, like that he can play something like a little grunt like that.
That gets his ass kicked by Travolta.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like gets his ass kicked by Travolta. Exactly.
Thomas says you don't really want to see Tony get assassinated. You never do. You love Tony. You root for Tony.
Yeah, and then you remember in the 5th or 6th season with the strong man that he has to prove himself.
Yeah, he was an asshole for that too.
Out of the hospital in season 6.
Yeah.
He's got
to prove himself with that guy. Just
juiced up juice.
Yeah.
The guy kind of looks juicy.
Yeah.
Thomas, I wanted to see Tony get something. The only thing that's hard to believe is all the women that Tony gets. And I love how Christopher calls him on that in the last season. I love Christopher in the last season with Tony because he's had enough of Tony's shit. He's like, how's Fred Flintstone getting women like this? Yeah. Edie this is the height of Edie Falco looking good. Oh, there's your guy, Matt. Matt loves AJ Soprano.
Because that's Matt when Matt was 17.
No, Matt hates.
I hate AJ more than anything.
It's funny you say that, but I was some of the points where he was a little goth kid here. That's not far off from middle school.
But you always had a better personality than AJ. AJ's a fucking drip piece.
Yeah.
You always, he could always talk to you. If you wanted to kill yourself, you'd make the rope long enough. You know what I mean, dude? You're smart.
Like I never set a car on fire.
It's fair enough.
Like I dislike AJ so much that one of my favorite episodes is when he wakes up with his face glued to.
I love that. and his eyebrows. And shit.
I love it.
So at this point, Tony already knows. Get back into this episode. Tony already knows or got the word from Kevin McAllister's father that Pussy is a rat. Which this whole episode is so fucked up because ultimately the big reveal is, and we're gonna get to this, is that Tony figures out that Jimmy flipped.
Right.
But Kevin McAllister's dad is right. He's giving him real intel.
Really is, yeah.
You just don't know. At the end of this episode, it leaves you with the feel that Tony fucked up, Pussy's gone, and what the fuck happened? And I also like how we get a foreshadowing to the Ralphie situation when Tony ends up engaging Paulie in a fight. Like he throws him up against the wall, and Paulie's like, this is good, but get your fucking hands off me, asshole.
Right.
Paulie's so good in this episode.
This guy works on the Jets front line when they get
The first time I saw The Sopranos, I didn't start watching till season 4. Season 4 was the first season I watched, which was the season that Paulie...
Me too, either 4 or 5.
Yeah, Paulie was in jail. So I didn't even know who Paulie really was till season 5, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Why do I care about him? And then going back and watching seasons 1 and 2, especially in 3, especially season 3. Paulie is so good in season 3. Pine Barrens is one of his best episodes. But this first season is all about this. It's all about these two. And
They're so good.
Yeah, they're so good. She is amazing. And I think it's so interesting to think about from a casting standpoint that they wanted her to play his wife.
Yeah.
They approached her for casting to play Carmela, and she said no because she said it would be too much like her Goodfellas character.
So it's funny because this show is like probably the first show I binge watched before I even knew what binge watching was.
Mhm.
Right, same here.
Because
Xfinity would let you do like a season,
and I wanted to catch
watch a
up.
whole season on the Xfinity, and they'd have it for like a month, and then you do it again.
And I remember
You not watched it when it first came out?
I didn't.
No, I didn't. Probably not until about the 4th
season
season.
4 or 5.
And but I remember like on the first season, like looking so much forward to these scenes with like the psychiatrist, like like in the first episode. Then we had coffee, like when he's trying to explain to her, you realize what he can divulge to her and what he can't.
And you just get some of the best Tony lines of all time in this situation. The happy fucking wanderer line when he's like, fucking hate the hat one, just punch the fucking happy fucking wanderer in the face.
Right.
All his rants about wanting to, I had a dream that I ate your pussy out last night, and I fucked your brains out last night.
Isn't it the first episode where he has the line where like what happened to strong silent type?
Yeah,
right from the beginning.
It sets the standard, Peter.
And then like they even do like callbacks to that where she's just like, you always describe yourself as a strong silent type.
Yep. And
whatever.
Let's jump into the live motherfucking chat. Tim says, "Yeah, Tony was a short, fat guy, and he had sex with everyone. I spent my high school years in the gym and had sex with nobody." Unrealistic, Tim. I agree, my friend.
No, he didn't run the mafia.
He was the boss. He's the boss.
He is the boss.
Yeah.
Power. I think it's supposed to mean
It's
that
about power.
it's supposed to show you that the power.
Power and money.
But do you, as the one woman in the room,
Excuse me,
I'm
I'm right
not a
here.
gold digging.
Sorry.
I'm not a gold digging whore, but
do you find my point? Do you find James Gandolfini attractive? Do you find Tony Soprano attractive?
no.
Did you ever see the movie Nixon with all the
Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah, and like there was a scene where they were all sitting down with the Chinese, and he asked Henry Kissinger like, how can such like fat, ugly men get such beautiful woman, and Henry Kissinger's like, power is the best
Aphrodisiac.
in the world. Yeah, that's
Yep,
what it
that's
is.
true. Lord of Hearts says, hello, chicas. Oh, hello, Paulie fucking Walnuts. Thank you, everyone in the live motherfucking chat. So right now, Tony came to this whorehouse where Kevin McAllister's dad leaves his family home alone, and he comes to this place.
That's terrible.
That was horrible. It's horrible. I'm sorry.
I liked it.
You know, we find out that Kevin McAllister's dad doesn't actually even sleep with the girls here. He just comes here for
the company he spends with this madam.
Fuck
Yeah.
me. Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
You know, when I was a kid.
This guy just wants. This is the prototype that we eventually get with Danny Scatino. You know, this is a guy down in his luck a little bit that wants Tony's respect.
I am going to tell you this about it. I think that his character, though, might be one of the. It's like too cliche almost that they put him in there. He is like every one of his characteristics is like. There's no depth to his character.
I think that's why. I think that's why they killed him quickly, because they're trying to break off cliches to a certain point.
Yeah.
Because I agree with what you're saying, that he's the crooked cop that's on the take, a gambler. It's very predictable.
Well, it's even like watching this. I forget how much they had them in. Like, I know it's just one episode, but it's like they have them in the whorehouse so much, and it's. They kind of tried to break him from some of the.
Why aren't we at the Bing with Still right now?
Well, you said like they tried to make him more unlikable in season 6. Well, after season 1, they tried to make him more likable and, you know, keep him at Satrielli's a lot more. It's a butcher shop. It's not a whorehouse.
Yep.
Just the Bing wasn't as bad as a whorehouse for whatever reason.
But the shots in front of the best camera shot in this entire show takes place in front of Satrielli.
Yeah, the way they shoot the
all
sky.
the time.
It almost
just them sitting out there all the time.
It almost seems like they hired Vince Gilligan just to shoot those scenes, and you just have like these weird.
Well, the last season is the incredible one with Paulie, like, you know, tanning himself out there
with the cat, with Christopher's cat. Everyone, I have to say a huge thank you to anyone that's jumping in and joining us tonight to watch these Soprano episodes, or at least just enjoy a silly podcast with us. Oh, hey, do show some time with the Al Red Sox fan. Of course, Al Red Sox fan and I are going to do our top 10 or top 5 favorite boxing movies at some point in time. We've been talking about doing that for a while, or top sports movies, something to do with that. So I do actually have it on my to-do list to do a podcast with Al Red Sox fans. So that is happening.
What's that?
This is a great scene.
I saved it from the open house.
Carmela. Edie Falco is fucking amazing. Like, I hate her. I talk about this a lot in The Walking Dead recently with a character named Rosita, about an actress making you hate them. And you sort of passively.
What friends?
No, you're just totally sexist with this. I've called you on those people.
No, Carmela fucking sucks. She's a horrible fucking person, Matt.
Absolutely not.
Horrible fucking person.
I think she is.
She's
Carmela?
horrible person, yes.
Okay, let's go around the circle. Go around. So, Pete, is Carmela a horrible person, and why?
She's a gold digger. She looks to cheat on Tony at multiple moments. Multiple moments or no? It's just the one moment.
Every season,
But
almost
there's
every
several.
season.
There's several.
There's the dude working on the house.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the dude
Father
working on the house.
Furio.
Father Phil is who I was thinking
Yeah,
about.
and
Furio, yeah.
1 second.
But Furio was when the divorce.
She
And
tried
the teacher. She bangs the teacher.
The teacher,
Yeah,
she bangs
teacher.
the teacher.
No, they're separated.
Actually,
Yeah,
you get to
they
see
are.
her ass in that episode, and I always wonder, is that a stunt ass?
No, I hope not.
Probably.
I hope not either. I want to believe that's her ass.
Okay. One second. Nick Diaz is in there. I didn't have time to do the math. Oh, Midnight Chat Attack. If anyone hasn't checked it out, check out the Midnight Chat Attack channel. And lots of love to Double Toasted. Nick Diaz, thank you for jumping in here and checking out this live stream, buddy. You were fucking amazing. Okay.
She's an enabler. That's the
She is
thing.
an enabler.
And
And then she gets pissed off at Tony for the shit that she enables him to do.
yeah, and then but she's always willing to take the fur coat, the ring, the money out of the bird feeder. You know, like her whole lifestyle, she's willing to accept. But you know, and she does struggle though. You can tell she has an inner conflict, but she always leans more towards the greed.
Yep.
You know?
She knows this world. She went into it. That being said, she handles Livia worse than anyone because she calls her out. And I love Livia in this scene too. She just keeps crying for no reason. Talks about Johnny was a saint, but you never told him that in his life.
Another thing is like these last 3 episodes of the season, you'll notice a lot of this stuff is cut in on the 3rd season as
For Livia.
footage for Livia after she's already died. Yeah,
In that Tony scene with her in season 3 and stuff after Livia. Absolutely.
yeah.
Good pickup. I love the fake
Who's
crying.
treating you bad? Tony would rather die than see you hurt.
Johnny was a saint.
I love Carmona.
Johnny was a
Tony,
saint.
though, I don't remember you telling him that when he was alive.
Couldn't carry Johnny's socks. You think
Did she
I
get nominated for an Emmy for this?
She should have.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
she's unbelievable.
Oh
in
yeah.
this.
She would have if they let her, because if they let time go on. Because I think she died before The Sopranos really caught up to them. And I honestly don't know if The Sopranos was a award
Early Emmy
baby.
darling. Like,
Oh, it was.
definitely later on.
Edie Falco definitely won awards.
And,
Yeah, she should.
Gandolfini did.
Gandolfini did.
Gandolfini.
Michael
I don't know if you remember,
Piroli, I know.
I think Pine Barrens won something.
Best episode. Yeah,
Ralph.
look it up.
Ralph
I was gonna
definitely
say,
won
I remember going back to some Cheers episode
where she
she's
plays
like
Diane
Chris'
Chambers.
mom?
She plays
Was
Frasier. She plays
Frasier's
Frasier's
mom?
mom, and she threatens to shoot Diane. She's like, "I have a gun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot you."
It's funny how what a similar character she is in that Cheers episode.
And it's so funny watching. I don't know if you guys are Frasier fans, but watching Frasier and they talk a lot about that woman. And
Yeah.
so I always, when I imagine Frasier's mother, I imagine that Frasier and Tony Soprano have the same mother.
Yeah,
funny.
absolutely.
Oh, look at that douchebag! Can someone kick him in the fucking face now? Oh no, I thought that was Jackie Jr.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh,
Jackie
that's-
Jr.'s a fucking.
Jackie Jr. is the
Yeah.
only person that was a worse,
We
worse
got
casting than AJ.
Nick Diaz.
But
I
the
agree
thing
with you,
is, though,
buddy.
it's perfect casting. Like,
Not for Jackie Jr. I think.
I think it's awesome. I think it's like spot on. Like,
I think it should have been Freddie Prinze Jr. just because I'd hate him even worse.
Jackie Jr. though, it's one of those things. Were they going to do Jackie Jr.? Is that one of those things where he's ever said?
I think
Because
he
that
would have been.
felt forced.
He would have been a smaller part of that season. This is what David Chase has said. Season 3 needed to be refocused. Originally, majority of that part was going to be about Livia testifying against Tony because of the airplane tickets thing. And will she, won't she testify? And Tony trying to communicate with her to get her not to. And the Meadow Jackie Jr. thing was going to be a small story arc. So they spread that out further. He added more to that story, gave more to Jackie Jr. and Ralphie's
And
interaction.
I also felt Ralphie didn't really become the foil until about 3-4 episodes in.
No.
Like they were figuring their way out, and they went, "Wait, Ralphie's great. We're making him."
Hey, Joey
foil."
Pants is amazing. We
Yeah.
need to make
yeah,
Yeah.
but honestly, Ralphie makes the 4th season. Like, makes it.
And the
Yeah,
third,
I
because
agree.
that's his.
And the
with the
third,
stripper.
yeah.
His relationship with the
Oh, with the
stripper
stripper,
in the
that's
third
right.
season
That was
is
in the third
amazing.
season.
But Tony, she's a
She
heel.
was
she's
a
a
hooah.
Tony, she's
You don't
just
need
a
a
hooah.
big guy.
Matt,
I'm over this.
Big Daddy Matt, what do you got for us?
So 1999 was that the first year?
I think
Edie-
that's season 1.
Edie Falco won Outstanding Lead Actress.
She should. She was fucking
Lorraine
amazing.
Bracco was also nominated for it. James Gandolfini was nominated for it.
See now, like Lorraine Bracco, is that her name? Lorraine Bracco.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, like to me, I don't know if she's so much a good actress or she just was great cast for this show because she's very similar in Goodfellas. The same tone.
Yeah, no, I
same,
don't. Right.
You know, it's
It
It
almost
looks like
like
it's Edie Falco.
And even the way
see
she
that,
talks.
The Edie Falco personality has a good vibe to it. She's a good person, but does she act so well as?
Oh, I'm talking Lorraine.
He meant
I,
Lorraine
right,
Bracco.
I meant the same thing.
Oh,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
little. I'm getting. A
No,
little
that's all right.
Yep.
Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not. She was just perfectly cast as that role. Like,
Edie Falco actually was when I realized that she wasn't just like perfect casting was when I went back and watched Oz.
Yeah.
She's really good in Oz.
And she's so different. And
And that's what
Yeah.
it is she plays
She's
such
a
a
great-
different
yeah.
character.
but you know, another good thing about this show too is like a lot of the people that were cast, like even Paulie Walnuts, he's like an ex-con. They like actually cast people
Well, he
that
was a
were.
connected guy. At
Yeah,
one
they
point or
actually-
something.
You know what Paulie's
people
rule
that-
was when he had the actor? He said, "I will come on the show, but I can never be a
never
rep."
Never be a rat.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Iron Throne says. Don't forget to subscribe to Dirty
So-
Issues and us. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for the support, motherfuckers. But yes, well,
So I could go. So it looks like when they nominate someone, they nominate them for a specific episode. But Edie Falco and James Gandolfini won in 2000. Gandolfini won. Both Lorraine Bracco and Edie Falco were nominated. 1999, they both won.
Are you sure about this one?
oh yeah,
Nope, Edie Falco won 99. Gandolfini didn't. But then they both won for the episode Whitecaps, which I believe is
it was the episode they
When
broke
get
up.
the divorce.
that's the scene
Yeah,
where
when
he
they buy a
almost
house,
hits
he
her
almost
and he
hits
punches
her.
her.
That's the best
The most
movie on the
intense
world.
scene in any episode
Yeah.
between the two of them.
It's so real.
Yes.
It's such a real scene between the two of them, and they play off each other so well because the season 4 is so much about them.
2001, they both won Best Actor and Best Actress. 2003, 3, they both won Best Actor and Best Actress for White Cat.
There's some amazing stuff going in the live chat right now talking about Rosita from The Walking Dead, which I don't want to get too far in, but I'm going to say Nick Diaz and Tim Gersh. Put me in those categories too, even though I'm a Maggie man. But here we go, or I'm a Stephanie man. But a Maggie, television person. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Let's continue. This scene right now is amazing between Tony and Paulie. Again, I keep saying it, but this episode is, in a lot of ways, Paulie's coming out party as being a strong force. Tony, he's got to see it. This shows how important, and this also shows how far Tony goes. Because I don't think season 5 and 6 Tony say that as far. Like, you have to make sure. No, it's even a little bit of question. You just got to do it.
He gets more paranoid that everyone's against him.
Yep. He's also giving Paulie the most important job that he's given anyone to this point.
Yep.
This is the most personal, important thing to Tony that he's done so far. And this is Paulie's job, so that shows how much he trusts him to do.
Remember that scene? I think it's an episode. I think season 5 in when it's featured in season 5 or season 6. Season 5, and he's looking around the room, and everyone's laughing at his jokes. But like Feach has got the that's when he starts realizing that like, wow,
they're just yes men.
They're just laughing because I'm the boss.
I have the power. So talking about
that's when he makes that realization.
Nick Diaz says Tony and Paulie are such authentic characters. There's not a lick of disingenuousness in these characters at all. And I think that's one of the things you can say about The Sopranos as a whole, minus AJ. And I think that's one of the things about the actor. I think in every case, even with Jamie Lynn Singler, who I'm not a huge fan of, but I think in most cases in The Sopranos, all the actors, leading by James Gandolfini as the head of the command, are so fucking genuine that and that's why AJ stands out to me, because the actor's such a douche.
Speaking of Jamie Lynn, is it Siegler? Jamie Lynn Siegler? Whatever. Do you notice a nose job after the
first episode? Her nose is ridiculous in that first episode.
Yeah, so, like complete change.
All through the night. That's a deep cut right now. That's the song she was singing.
I like when Chase's daughter, the friend.
Hunter Scangarella.
See, I like in the second.
Really? Oh.
I think that's.
I thought she was Ugly Blossom.
No, I'm pretty sure that's his daughter.
In the second season with Eric Scantini or whatever, when he's on the bass and then Tony busts in.
Tim Gersh, as always, cracking me up in the live fucking chat right now.
I forget, what did she just tell him?
What was that scene right there? Was that with Pussy's?
No, that was on the head of the nursing home.
Oh, that Livia is actually... Tony showed up and expected Livia to be all whiny little Livia. And what he found out there from the... And it's a good sign of showing the duplicity that is Livia. Found out that Livia is actually at a spa day, enjoying her time with the girls. Right. And they told her if she sat down too much, she hunched like an old woman. And she's out having fun, playing bingo, doing all those things. But when Tony shows up, she starts crying. Right. Yes! Paulie with the Godfather horn. This is amazing.
Again, and it's right in front of Satriali's again.
This whole situation, Paulie following Pussy, and we're going to watch this part closely and kind of focus in on this section of the episode because I really love this part. And I love the performances by the two of them. And this again, great. It's just a huge coming out party for all of them. I mean, Pussy had a couple of episodes early, but this shows... Yeah, Paulie.
Come on, down here.
It's funny how you said it's a coming out party and he's trying to get him naked.
He's trying to get him naked all the time. That's very true. Paulie, this moment, I want to stop and watch this because Paulie fucking...
Paulie's got wood, look.
Yeah, he's excited. He always has wood. Paulie's always ready, Craig.
But don't be like that. It's a gift. Take your clothes off.
Take your clothes off. Take your clothes off. Do you think Pussy Pussy's wearing a wire hair?
Yes.
You do think Pussy has a wire on right now?
I have to ask you a question.
Yep.
What if I took you for a schwitz one day and I'm like, take your clothes off, and you're like, my back, Craig, my back.
Me?
Wouldn't you?
Me personally? No, yeah. I'm an asshole. I say no. I'm the person that Joe's like, we're going to go for a ride. And he drives me to the strip club. And I say, don't take me to the strip club. Okay? He drives me to the strip club, goes inside, goes, fine, you have to wait in the car. And I sat in the 30-degree car waiting out of spite. So if I don't want to go somewhere,
You're just not doing it.
I'm not doing
having
it. I'm not. I will not. Even if it seems like fun, I will not do it out of spite.
Right. I'm the same way though.
Pete's nodding because he's the same way too.
The older I get, the more that's the
more
case.
it's just like fuck you.
Fuck
I'm not
you.
You want to push me?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it, even if I kind of want to.
But yeah, if you were just like, hey, want to come over and watch The Sopranos tonight? And I was like, yeah. And then when I got here, you had the microphone in front of me. I would have been like, well, I'm just not talking.
That's why I warned you. You know, that's why I pre-warned you.
I don't know where the rest of these people are listening from, but do they know it's cold as a witch's tit?
It is cold as a witch's tit.
Okay. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Silvio Dante, who really ultimately, if you think about this show, had the most amazing job, really, or did the most amazing job because he's not an actor. And he really holds his own with a lot of people. I know Paulie wasn't really, but he was someone who wanted to try to act. Silvio, of course.
Paulie is also acted.
He's an acted before.
You have to think
he was in Goodfellas. He was,
and he's not really fucking acting.
He's not really.
So that's what I was gonna say. Paulie's Paulie. I don't. Silvio's
Isn't
not
have you
Silvio.
if you've heard
No, when you see non-Silvio,
Yeah.
like Stephen Van Zant's nothing like.
Stephen
Yeah,
Van
but
Zant's not-
Paulie's
you gotta
Paulie,
think, like,
100%.
Stephen Van Zandt was probably the most successful actor, not actor, but the most
Person.
successful person on the show.
Do you
when it
know he
started.
originally, when he first called him down, was to read for Tony Soprano?
Really?
Him and
I'm glad
Lorraine
it didn't
Bracco
go that
are
way.
probably the two most well-known people
Yeah.
because of
Goodfellas,
Goodfellas and
yeah.
other stuff she's been in.
Joe
But,
Dirt.
you know, him like obviously already had a career in something else. you
He's
know?
wealthy beyond all belief
Yeah.
just from what he's had for his career
And
before
he
this.
has one of those situations where he can literally come join Springsteen any night of the week he wants to. Doesn't have to practice.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to do anything. He can go in that band and quit that band anytime he wants.
Come back.
I've heard him I heard him on Stern. He has a really good interview with Stern out there not too long ago, where he's just like, "Yeah, I've quit so many times that Bruce is like, you want to come play? You want to don't play? Don't
Right,
play. I don't
whatever,
care.
just
I don't
come
care.
on.
Whatever
They
you
got like 8 guitarists on stage at one.
Whatever you want to do, you do it." Okay, so this is that scene right there with Tony and Silvio is a really good scene. We got Joe Dirty Locks in the live motherfucking chat right now.
I'm glad they did a shower scene with this guy. I just want to say.
Hey, you gotta drink.
I was
Drink.
waiting for it.
Definitely
Oh,
tits
yeah.
right there.
that.
Nick Diaz says, laughing my ass off. What a wonderful quote. I think Pussy's wearing a wire out of the Sopranos. Nick Diaz, awesome. Joe, love you. And that's why Phil and me will never go to Disneyland. That's right, Tim Kirk.
What's the name of that capo? I can't remember. Like he was the one that like just would show up at random points. And, like
Oh, was that not
the one that
I
had the
didn't even
sixth,
see
like,
him.
he's the one who had like the sixth son or something.
Does he end up
like-
being a rat at
Oh,
the end?
he
Yes,
works.
yes,
Yeah, by the end you realize he works for the FBI.
Yeah, and he dies at the end too. He has a
I
heart
think
attack,
so,
and
yeah.
they never know he's a rat.
Right.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
But yeah, he's
He's so subtle about it too. Like his.
I
Not
like-
the guy that dies in the toilet.
I like.
No, that-
Sorry,
on the piece of
on the
do.
Pishka yeah.
No, I like. I like.
that guy's from Stoneham. You know.
What's really cool about that they did that. It's
He
like
is. He's from Stoneham. I'm just saying.
I know.
no, it's okay. What's really cool about having him be a rat the whole time and never be busted is just showing that it can be okay.
Right.
Some people get away with it, like Kelly Kapowski on 90210. When she smoked weed, like every other character on 90210, if they smoke weed once, they end up having a heroin problem.
Yeah.
Valerie or Kelly Kapowski smokes weed consistently from the beginning of the series to the end of the series, and it's never a problem except for other people. Like
Yeah.
she's like, I'm fine smoking weed. Sorry, Brandon. Then it's in the
Like
car.
when he goes off on another Twitter,
Can I
like
make a
other
suggestion?
men have actually watched this
Why
entire
are
show
we doing
before
this
they
with
know this.
90210?
That's happening.
Because
Oh my
he's-
God!
One day, Greg.
That would be amazing.
You need to get Emily here.
Just for you, Mark.
Yeah, you gotta
She's
get him
seen-
here.
That's
She
happening.
knows more than I've seen Sopranos.
That's happening. Tell Emily it's coming. So right now we get what was that, baby?
Time for a rewatch.
Time for the rewatch of 90210. Absolutely.
It was like one of the first shows we watched.
Yep, Dill Dog. But we got to do it. We got to
Oh,
stream.
it's been forever.
This is a great
I
scene.
think we need to be quiet.
Yeah,
for
we need to
this
be
scene.
quiet for this
Yeah.
scene. So,
Very falling down esque.
He's going home.
He's
alone.
going home.
and I don't know
Very
why.
much alone.
I don't know exactly why he does this. And
Where's the fly?
and Tony and him kind of get into it later. We get into that later of
I
why.
don't think
But
he,
that
I don't
was
think
the
he gets into it with
Yeah,
Tony.
do you
like,
think
Tony and the wife.
do
and
you
his
think
girlfriend.
that he knew he was going to do this?
Yes, I think this was a plan.
Okay.
Oh no, you think he decided right in this moment to do this?
Right. Do you think he's just like, fuck it, I'm doing it now? Like maybe he wanted to kill himself, but he's just like,
Then I think you're right. I think it probably he was
he just said, fuck it.
he wanted to, and then he finally
and,
just said,
and
"Fuck
he
it."
happens to be going over the bridge, and it's like, you know what? Let's.
Fucking end it.
He does. What was that guy's name that jumped off the bridge when we were kids?
Two
Charles.
shots in a splash. What was his name?
yeah, fucking
I can't remember his name, but I remember the joke.
Charles Stewart.
Charles Stewart. Yeah.
Is that his name? Am
Yeah,
I right?
Charles Stewart. Yeah.
Fuck. I can't smoke my memory away. Tim Gersh, you and me in Disneyland would be an amazing video, buddy.
And there's just
Eli is in the live motherfucking chat.
Now,
Eli,
when I
love
look
you,
at
buddy.
this drop, I'm like, I don't think it would have killed him.
I always say that in movies when people go into like don't people do these kind of jumps for fun?
Yeah, I
No,
did this
it's
as a
too high.
kid for
I'm
fun.
kidding. I'm kidding.
They literally every bone breaks when you hit the water.
He's dead before he hits the water. Isn't
What
he?
if he did a pencil?
No. My sister Michelle with
I was there.
Okay, you were there. It's not nearly as. It's about half of that.
She started coughing up blood.
Yeah, I know, and it was half that height.
Really? Okay.
Titties.
There
in
was
the
a place
background.
we used to go to, jumping up in like Tewksbury, and my sister with these assholes went up one time. Him and Joe
Oh, the
and
Gloucester Quarries.
Nick.
Nick.
And Eli.
No, not
Place in
Gloucester's.
Middleton,
In Tew-
Thunder
well,
House.
Gloucester was really
yeah.
high. They have that high.
We had this weird place in Tewksbury we used to go to though, and Michelle went with them and ended up like
So this
cracking
is,
two of her ribs.
and this is important though. I just want to bring this up that Tony finds out that this guy killed himself because Silvio and him in the last scene were talking about how that guy owed Pussy money. So he probably made up the lie about him being a rat because he owed him money.
Right.
So they're trying to ascertain if this is just bullshit information.
And now they're trying to figure out where
and they-
Paulie and Pussy are.
Oh no, not yet.
Oh,
Right
okay.
now they're still trying to just figure out if Pussy is really the rat, if this guy told him the truth or he had an agenda. So now Tony's going to say like, is this guy full of shit? Kind of trying to ascertain how full of shit this guy is, and if he had if he was worried about money. And she says some important information here at the end of this scene where she says he did owe money. He said he owed it, but he was never worried about it because he had you on his side. Which he goes ultimately, okay, this guy wouldn't have ratted Pussy out because he knew he wasn't in any trouble. So this is all to figure out that Pussy's a rat, and ultimately for him to talk to a talking fish, Billy Bass, and realize that Tony.
How old is Tony when the show starts, and like how old is Pussy in comparison? Because Pussy was supposed to have been more of a
Johnny's
friend of Johnny's,
or more in that middle Paulie range.
I
where
think
Paulie was like a young kid by the time Johnny Soprano was like.
I think Tony's supposed to be like 40 and Pussy's supposed to be like 50s.
okay.
So how old's Paulie?
That makes
A few years older than him, even?
50. I think Paulie and Pussy are around the same age.
But it makes sense because Pussy, when they just went to his house, his kids were like 20 something. His son there was like 20 something. It seemed like, so it makes sense that he was, I guess, mid 50s.
Do you need another beer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of your beer.
You want to take one of mine?
Yeah, can I
Yeah.
take
Can you grab me one too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Can you grab my bottle too?
Yeah, but I buy, you fly. Wait, you buy, I buy. Okay, see now I'm leaving you guys in charge. Of the
All right.
podcast. There you guys go.
Uh-oh.
Now we got to man the controls here. Go ahead, Matt.
No. But this is when my guard comes in.
This is when my guy comes in. Showing. I mean.
Tony is 43 in season 1.
Okay.
In
That's
episode
his
1 or in
character's age,
season 1?
or-
In season 1.
That's the weird
Oh,
thing
all
about
right.
the show.
Someone
Some of the
put that on there.
seasons seem like they're like 10 months they're covering.
In season 1, that's his character's age or his.
Yeah, Tony, not
Yeah.
Gandolfino.
Right.
Tony is 43.
I'll have 1 year later. I still have one more.
Thanks, man.
What's going on?
Tony is 43 in season 1, says Tim
This
Gersh.
has been established.
Oh, you did. Oh,
That's just a man.
wow, way to go, everybody! You guys are.
Garth that over there
Yeah,
did it.
you guys are. Okay.
My husband and I made.
It's like you're getting up, woke a load of stuff going like, oh yeah, there's other people
Oh
here.
yeah, wait a second. What's going on?
Hi, honey.
Lotus.
I suppose he would have found it hard.
So this is Livia again working the train, and she just and Junior's like, okay, it's already done.
And you really think she is as calculating as
Yes.
you really think she is?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
My first time through on this, she was just some sad old lady who couldn't help herself.
I
The
agree.
first time through, I
The first
agree.
time
It was the
through, I
second time
agree.
that I
But
watched
the
it.
more you watch, the more you see how she orchestrates this whole situation.
And then
When
you
they
wonder
go
how
to the
much.
birthday party. It's AJ's birthday party.
Mhm.
When they're in the
Yeah.
car together at a point,
Yep.
and she's talking, or
Remember when she hits the neighbor?
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, no, AJ's birthday party is the first episode, so it was later on in the season that they go into the house for something. Like he picks her up at the nursing
I just don't
home.
like being put in the middle of
Yeah, there.
They're in the car talking about stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those scenes in this season.
Yeah,
Where she's just and it's what the FBI. You hear it later in these three
But she
episodes.
tries to be vague too, like she doesn't say exactly what she means,
and
plants the seed in his head.
And she's losing her mind.
She's
On top of it,
manipulative.
I think on top of it, because she hits the person.
I agree too.
Wonders, I think she's a little bit losing. It's both.
Right.
And Junior's like,
but then you have to wonder, like with her husband Johnny, like how much.
So this is the big scene right here. She tells him that all the other capos are putting their mothers in there and talking and having meetings behind his back.
Right.
And this is where he's about to.
Livia. You know what I mean, I'm the boss, for Christ's sake. If I don't act, blood or
Lotus, get down.
Lotus,
You know what's funny too is like
Lotus.
you never think of June as the boss. Like you know what I mean? You just never do. Like
the only one that thinks he's the boss is him.
Yeah, I always forget it
You
in
just
my
never think-
rewatch that he's the boss in the first season.
Yeah,
because you just
for
remember
real.
as Tony being the boss.
And then another thing I don't realize is how short Jackie Aprile is.
Like 3 or 4 episodes.
That's it, and he's gone. Yeah.
like I'm mute. And then everybody would have
And
So
then-
this here says that about
You know what I like Jackie Aprile? I don't know the actor's name, but
Death to Smoochie.
Death to Smoochie.
Yeah,
He was
he's
great.
amazing.
Yeah.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
So that is great. Livia plays, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. And then she just
Right.
smiles and goes,
Exactly.
calculating, dude.
this just says he was an associate of Johnny Boy Soprano during the 1960s alongside Paulie.
Pussy?
Yeah.
So I think Pussy and Paulie are in the same generation. And I want to say Paulie says something about that when they finally do kill him.
It's Uncle Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, let him in.
Tim, I have to admit at the time, too, I was probably into Oz at the beginning, and I didn't watch The Sopranos for a while because I'm like, oh, it's not Oz. I didn't get into Sopranos again until like season 4, where I watched an episode by accident. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing not watching this show? So I agree, and I think you know that, Tim. Like, and I think Pete as well. Like for a long time, like that was. We talked about Oz a lot.
no, I didn't do Oz
Oh,
until
yeah, you were more The Wire,
4
right?
years ago. Well, no, Wire even was Sopranos was the first
HBO show you
like,
watched.
Yeah,
Why did I think you watched Oz early?
Yeah, because I mean, this came
What
on
am
when
I thinking?
this season. This is when I was in 8th grade. I mean, I didn't have that attention span back then.
Now, did people talk about The Sopranos in school? So you were in high school during The Sopranos, where was it a big topic at all?
Was it in college?
It was in
In
college.
high school,
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to think if there was like any TV show like that.
Yeah,
even.
not really.
No.
Good.
Okay.
Because even Lost was after I graduated.
Yeah,
And
Lost
a
was-
lot of people I know.
a lot
like
of people
Lost,
talked about
but,
Lost.
A
like,
lot of people were.
My lawyer told me.
I
by the
remember,
way, I like the like. This is one of those like early things where just like he has no reason to doubt Jimmy yet, but he takes him immediately into the basement and makes sure to turns on what is it like the washer or
Yeah.
something.
and he sort of has the Tony weird sense right here too, where he
Yeah.
immediately
Yeah.
realizes that this dude's full
We
of
can
shit.
tell
Why
the way
did
he's
Jimmy
talking
show up
too,
at his
like-
house as soon as he got out of jail? I guess.
Yeah.
And you can tell the way Tony's talking, like he doesn't reveal anything.
No.
It's funny how Jimmy looks like dressed the way he's dressed, like he could have been in Beverly Hills Cop. That's one and two. Maybe not three.
Oh, the third one's so horrible at the amusement park.
What do you mean? Oh, you had unveiling that conspiracy thing, right? Yes, so. So only lucky prick like you.
And he also looks like he could do a proactive commercial before.
And still be having time for this. You're a lucky guy.
I forget a lot about like the early captains in the show and this setup in Jimmy.
I still got a few people to see.
They cycle through the crew a lot more than it seems like.
Yeah, I mean,
Particularly in the beginning, they didn't know how many. It's like when you go watch the first season of The Simpsons, and you're like, that all those people would have been extras later on. Like they have none of those supporting characters in the first season.
this is awesome by Gandolfini here.
The Wire, it's fucking Jimmy. Talking about the Wire. You understand the Wire? It's fucking Jimmy.
All the breathing.
Yeah, we got to drink for that
Oh,
breathing.
great.
We got to drink for that
Well,
breathing.
when he breathes,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's Tony breathing.
You should do double drink for when he spits in someone's face, because that happens later.
And when he's talking,
It happens
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, that's
Yeah, he
happens
does
so
that to his therapist a
Everyone,
lot.
yeah.
Dr. Melfi spits on her face.
Yeah, coming up soon in the last
Little
episode.
spittle, yeah.
Whitecaps is a big that episode's
A lot of spittle.
And you know that's. I mean, Gandolfini's really spitting on you too when he's acting.
You can read the episode by how much spit.
Get pussy on the phone. That I don't know how much my life has been dealing with that very topic. Yeah, fucking. This is intense as shit.
I told Silvio I was coming.
I always thought it was interesting that Paulie has a Gumar. I mean, I guess he just calls. I guess he calls his girlfriend a Gumar, but isn't a Gumar supposed to be
But that's what I'm
the
saying.
girl you have of your
It's
wife?
just your not wife.
Well, this is the point
It's someone who never.
See, I thought that like his steady was the black girl or the Puerto
kid.
Rican girl with the
Yeah.
kid, and then I think his Gumar's the one that's not his girlfriend with the kid.
Oh, okay.
That's what I always thought, but I could be wrong because they never really.
This is great. This is look at that. He's like,
You do it?
ask me. I missed the line.
No.
Don't lie to me with like if your eyeballs are made of hell. Fucking hands off of me. That's big
Yeah.
important. Back to the Ralphie situation where Tony crosses lines.
Right.
Whether Tony's the boss or
Because
not,
he's a made guy.
he's a made guy. You can't do that shit.
Yeah, but there's
They're friends.
they're close enough.
They're
I
buddies,
think
yeah.
you can do that
In
where
an
it's
intense
not.
situation.
Well, then he has the right to say, get your fucking hands
But-
off.
right,
But Tony
right.
eventually
Right.
crosses that line a lot, like with different people, whether it be the guy that just works for them that he beats with a phone for no reason.
But he wasn't a
That
big
poor
guy,
fucking
so he
bastard.
can get away with that.
Every
guy's an asshole.
season, that guy gets fucking pelted with something by
Or
Tony.
what he does with
Who
Ralphie.
else? Doesn't Ralphie kick the shit out of that guy too?
Yeah,
Does he, Ralphie?
yeah.
get
Ralphie picks on him too.
Ralphie
Yeah,
does
the-
it just
the
because.
episode with
But
the
Ralphie
boar,
does
I
it
think.
just because he can. He does it just
So
like
the
I can beat
episode
this
with
guy
the
up.
boar.
I
With
think
the
it was
boar.
Ralphie. Yeah.
I think he beats the fuck out of him. If I'm not mistaken, we'll get there. I
Yeah,
don't
we'll get there eventually.
know.
7 years from now.
Yeah.
And this is interesting. Did he at least take the schwitz? No, he wouldn't take his shirt off.
Fucking Jimmy.
But the heat's bad for his back.
And it makes you think that, but we're
Well,
ultimately
not his back. His high blood pressure.
his high blood pressure, but no, ultimately, like you said, you think he was really wearing a
I
wire
think
there.
he was wired. Because, like, one thing, especially if your back's hurt, a schwitz would be nice.
Mikey.
You know,
Ugh.
and again, it's
What an
not like
awful human being.
Like it's not like you, where you wouldn't be into the schwitz or if Joe Grandpa brought you to a strip club or whatever.
Yep.
But like it's like he would be into the schwitz.
He would be.
He would be like he's the type of guy that'd be like because he was just in a whorehouse with his back.
Yeah.
Like so you know.
I think Mikey's too cliche too.
Mikey
That's
too
another
cliche.
reason.
Pete, you said Mikey, what a horrible human being.
Well, no, 'cause there is everyone else. There is a redeeming side. There is nothing redeeming.
He just
about
comes off as
Mikey.
such a slime ball.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that was a reason he needed.
I love
to go.
when Tony shakes his hand. Did they find a cure for fuckface itis? I love it. It's the best.
when he takes the staple
He goes,
gun.
I'm just kidding. We good? We good?
And
We
then
good?"
in the last episode that we're going to actually watch in a couple episodes from now, he's so happy the day that Mikey's going to be killed. Like,
Yeah.
he wakes up in the morning, you just see he's like whistling. He's like,
Carmelo's like, why are you?
Yeah, why you happy? I don't know, it's just a beautiful day.
Murdered. Yeah.
fucking great.
It's funny. I was watching The Big Short last weekend, and he's in it for like 2 seconds
Mikey.
as like a guy is at a convention talking that Steve Carell's character interrupts, and even watching that, written 2 seconds, like Mikey Palomisi.
Yeah,
Like,
Mikey,
you can't
such-
help but.
Such a cock.
Yeah, like in all the seasons, there's always like these side stories. Like that guy who's the guy in the 5th season with that gets the inheritance, and there's that little side story with him, and he tries to get out of the mob and
Oh,
wants to
that's
move to
season
Florida.
6, the members
Okay,
only
season 6,
jacket
yeah.
guy,
Yep.
Eugene.
Eugene, yeah. But I always thought it kind of a similar kind of.
You reading what Tim said?
Yeah.
If anyone goes 50 in the super chat, Phil put squirrels in his pants for gambling.
How do we get such said squirrels? He'll do it.
I'll do it. For 50, I'll put squirrels in my pants for gambling.
I got a squirrel.
But yes, all those side stories, like with Mikey, like, and I love how The Sopranos sets you up here to make it seem like this side might win,
Yeah.
like to show you, wait, is this the side that's gonna win? I mean, you never really think that they are.
No.
You wonder if they made it into the movie how if they do just kill him. Like, has he ever said that? If like
Well,
He
I
hasn't
know he's
said it.
talked about things like the idea of it being a movie. I just wonder how it plays out, even
Yeah, like how it would have ended if it was a movie, like how.
or even if if it was on Fox in a comedy with Anthony LaPaglia
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. It's interesting that this was so much of a movie script for so long. Like David Chase kept shopping this around as a movie script.
Take it easy. Take it easy
And I think that's probably why part of season 1 feels disjointed, because it was a movie adapted into a series, whereas like season 2 and onward, they kind of knew from a television standpoint.
One thing with The Sopranos too, and I mean, Wire had a lot of theater actors, but a lot of the other like big dramas don't have the feel where it is that you're watching a play sometimes. Like that scene, just it's like two people on one. Like it just feels like it's more theater than.
We've mentioned it a lot tonight so far, but here, what's another shot? That's one of the things I love about Oz. Because Oz, you feel like anything in Oz could be done on a theater show. So that is the end of episode 1, the Pussy episode. Oh, wow. Yeah, it goes quick. Yeah. So let's get into our second episode tonight. Let's not waste any time because I'd rather get through these episodes and then babble for a little bit at the end.
I'll be back.
You want to pee?
I have to say, like,
etc.
These type of episodes are not my favorite. The fantasy type. Not that I don't like them.
The one coming up. I thought you meant
like the first time through.
Watch this episode. It's a little different than I remembered.
It was here too.
I remember. You know what I mean in general. Even like what was the other one?
Test Dream or Test.
Season 5 is the one that has the 20-minute dream sequence.
Test Dream or whatever.
And I remember the first time.
I like the Christopher Dream episode.
I love that. When I did a rewatch like 3-4 years ago, it was the most insufferable episode other than the Christopher Columbus one.
This is what I'll say about this episode. I expected more of that. It's far less a part of that episode.
Right. This one is great.
More
this one they nail it.
It's more of a junior episode.
Right. And you find out that he's on...
like lithium, is it?
It's on lithium, right? Yeah. It's like, that'll do this to someone.
Troublemakers, where are you? Super chats there. Well... Of course, we're doing the Sopranos. A little bit more of a low-key evening, and I will take euros. I'll take anything for awkward behavior on camera. Ow. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you to Matt, Pete, and Craig for coming over and joining us for tonight on this live stream. For whenever you guys are watching this, you can watch this, sync it right up to watching these 3 episodes of The Sopranos. Right now, we're getting ready for the next episode, Isabella, which, again, I remember on my first watch not being one of my favorite episodes of the season because all I remembered was the Isabella quality of it. But this episode has a lot of other shit going on that I forgot about. So let's get into it.
I always felt the second to last episodes were better than the last episode.
That's a Game of Thrones thing as well. Most Game of Thrones seasons, like the second last is a big episode.
About Breaking Bad actually is Breaking Bad would go the opposite route, and I always would expect it the week before because I'm such a Sopranos.
In some ways, Breaking Bad, the first episodes of the seasons were fucking crazy and stuff. And bring it back too.
I think like. In Breaking Bad, like that first episode of the first season, it just drags you right in. Like they're already on the RV. Like,
oh, there's no titties there.
They use that.
No titties.
They use that one.
Doesn't mean I can't drink.
Over like
no,
6. They use that one clip over and over again, and I've always wondered: is that Drea De Matteo?
No, I don't think it is.
It looks so much like her. That one clip they use over and over again, and it always
Matt will wish it was, but I don't wish it were, but I don't think it is.
Well, I mean, you get some great shots of her throughout this series.
I don't think she's in these 3 episodes, but she is. She is.
Does she show up as Christopher's girlfriend in all this season?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
they don't use her just as the hostess.
The first scene of her as the hostess.
As the hostess. Yes. But then the next episode or so, she's Christopher's girlfriend. I was saying how much of an Adriana fan you are. Like
she won an Emmy too, by the way.
She was. Pete was asking if she was one of the strippers.
There's that one stripper that looks like her. I always, whenever I see that clip, I'm always like, that looks like Drea De Matteo.
So I like how this is a quick transition as Tony suddenly has problems. They don't really lead into it.
That's true. I noticed that when I just rewatched these.
It's just, I almost expect in the last episode for him to be feeling weird or something. It's just
even after the rewatch, I was like,
just jump into it.
Yeah, they just jump into it. And Tony, do you have any sweat socks? Tony, she's so fucking evil in this scene. Aromatherapy. No normal human being should be in bed like this. Tony.
It's funny because like she just reminds me of a typical like suburban mom, like Swampscott, Marblehead suburban mom. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, Tony.
No, she's not as bad.
I don't know. I think she,
As somebody who works retail and been in Square, she's not as bad.
I don't know. You've never seen her come in to your store,
Very true. Oh my goodness.
You know, her and her daily caduceus. And
Listen, Tony, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to invite the priest over and try to make him fuck me. That's what I'm going to do.
Do some with my pasta.
So yeah, I'm going to seduce him with pasta, Tony.
Frozen pasta.
you know,
Tony.
like always trying to get attention from him, though, right? That's what it is.
I don't know if it's attention or she just wants to feel something.
Right.
Carmelo. I don't think when she does all of her shit, like with all she does with Father Phil, with the handyman guy, does she want Tony to find out, or does she just feel
Furious, she wants Tony to find out.
that Tony gets to have his fun?
Furious.
Why don't I get to have my
But
fun?
she feels like a void, is what you're saying. Like,
I think she just feels like it should be even.
right.
Like if Tony,
But she feels guilty, and Tony doesn't feel guilty.
Tony doesn't give a fuck.
But the difference is Tony is a sociopath. She's not. She actually feels bad. Like that's why
No,
she goes-
she's somebody that just likes living large. So
right. But you can tell she has a conscience because it takes her 4 seasons to cheat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like
she would, but I think she would have in season 1 if I think a side storyline, a very minor side storyline, and this is a good foreshadowing of what's causing Tony the hallucination.
right.
But I think a somewhat side story of the Sopranos is Carmela's clumsy attempts to cheat. She in her picking awful situations and bad luck befalling her when she wants to have sex with somebody else. One being the priest who's about to hook up with her and then throws up.
right. Right. She would have done it.
She would have done it.
Yeah.
When you look at what Furier's debut is, the violent killing of, what is it, like a suntanning?
Yeah,
in
Italy we see him in that
Oh no,
situation.
but it's when he comes to New
Oh, yeah.
Jersey and it's like it's people that
He tells him to go and
Tony.
he's like beats up a woman.
then-
Yeah, like and it's like
Interesting,
she's
like-
still interested in like the absolutely most sociopathic member of the crew, other than
And then the
Tony.
handyman guy figures out what kind of guy Tony is through the Danny Scatino situation and gets
Right.
scared.
It's all set.
And gets scared and goes, I don't want to even fucking touch that.
Yeah.
But she would have done that too.
Right.
So she would. This is great. See, this is what I mean. This isn't
like-
so much Tony Dream stuff. This is just
She's
good
all
music
fucking-
mixed with good filmmaking right now.
Fucked up.
And Gandolfini fucking killing it. And that's one of the things. As much as the Tony voice is so much a part of it, great camera moment right there with the reflection of Junior's face with Mikey on his shoulder.
Fucking prick.
But Gandolfini can play scenes without even talking. I'd say that's another thing about The Sopranos. You can almost watch it without hearing it, and it tells the story very well. Junior, amazing.
No, Mikey's too cliche. That's
You think Mikey's too cliche?
there's
But you
no
know
depth
something,
to
though?
him.
But you have to have a cliche guy in there, which makes it not cliche.
Silvio's cliche.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, there's guys.
You're right.
like
Silvio is, and
so
you don't get that. They try to make him like deep at the end when he's more of a second hand. You know, I'm always a better second in charge than the actual guy.
Tim.
Guy.
So God help me if someone doesn't donate, so Phil will put a squid in my pants.
Squid.
We're stepping up.
Squid.
I love that. There's a line where it's like she gave me my first hand job.
And then he goes, "What am I saying at this poor woman's funeral?"
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, no older than that, I always used to wonder why nobody collected prayer cards. They collected
Shoot.
thousands of bucks. Homeless wedding.
Junior.
Jack shit for Jesus. I'm like,
It's going down on a newsstand.
Junior kills it. He just fucking kills it. He was great casting in this role.
Absolutely.
These guys are.
I also like in the flashbacks the people that play the person who plays Uncle June.
Yep. And the father.
If
And
they
the
ever-
father.
I always wish that
Also
was
And Livia.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
man.
they're perfectly cast.
They should have made a side movie with just those people.
Even like a 4-episode miniseries when they did like what was it between season 4 and 5 where they went 2 full years or like 21 months between episodes or something.
Unlike Sons of Anarchy, where I don't like the people they had play like young JT. Like,
They did a comic book series Redwood original. I got to read that.
ooh,
You guys watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Like
Come back.
Yeah, I can't wait. But I was rewatching. Remember the Mr. Softy episode? I think it was one of the last episodes, maybe the last. And the kid they cast as the young Larry inside the ice cream truck
Mm-hmm.
is just perfect. Like the
Yeah.
mannerisms, like
Yeah,
I love that when they get it right with the flashbacks. You know.
And then some movies and things like that they've been doing a lot lately. This digital thing where they can make like actors look young again.
Yeah.
Like they did it in Iron Man,
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
They did
and
it in,
Civil War.
But
with
yeah,
Robert
that's so weird.
It's creepy.
And they
And
do it with Carrie Fisher.
and they
was it?
also do it in the HBO series Westworld with Anthony Hopkins and make Anthony Hopkins look like young Anthony Hopkins, and it's creepy as fuck because he looks so fucking good.
They should have used some of it on
Pussy
fucking
probably freaked out.
Mike and Better Call Saul.
I just
It
hope
looks
they
like
they have that on like that becomes a normal technology, like a fucking Snapchat filter or something, so I can do this podcast looking like this
Just
for
look
like
the same.
eternity. Like I can be a 90-year-old decrepit person in a fucking chair somewhere, but as long as my voice is all right, I can do a podcast and look like this.
But then they'll be able to change your voice too.
Yeah, probably too. And there'll be enough hours of me talking on fucking camera.
Yeah, it will like figure out the movements. There'll be like a software that
Yeah.
can figure out the movements and the lip movement.
Yeah, there's like
of
hours and hours
the
of me
image
doing
to
this
throw
shit.
in there. You know, like
I'm realizing how long it's been since I've watched this that I don't remember
Don't-
some of the stuff. Is he actually sick here, or is it just the lithium that's doing it to
It's
him?
I think it's the lithium and the combination of the two that and he discovers it throughout the episode. Like
'Cause
right
it's
now.
season 2's the one where with Pussy's the one where he has the food poisoning.
Yep.
So that's not.
No, this
Yeah.
is this is
just
complete.
the lithium.
And this
taking
right
him
now,
like
he's
this.
not. None of
there's
this
the
is
papa
real.
dumps.
Oh my god, she's so hot. In this.
None of
Indian
this is
place.
real.
Oh yeah.
I had the
Oh,
papa
you're-
dumps.
But it's interesting. It's interesting. She
Little
is,
papa dumps,
and that's
yeah.
one of the things that Melfi figures it out in the end
Yeah.
because Tony's not trying to fuck her.
I like how you said Melfi.
Melfi,
He always says Melfi.
Melfi.
She looks better as the show goes on. Is the weird part.
She does. She reaches a ceiling point, but she keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tim
fuck,
says
pretty low.
CGI should be against the law for aging down. They should just cast people, cast younger actors for it. It's weird. It throws you off.
I like when they cast the younger actors because
They
especially
do
when
because
get
they're going to
spot
still
on.
act like a kid, even if they pick up the mannerisms.
Yeah.
There's still like a.
Well, and some of those young actors get it right on. You know, like it's nice when you're like, oh wow, that was perfect.
Right.
All right, I'll
Hey, get out of here.
Lotus, stop begging for popcorn.
Not getting popcorn.
All dogs just love popcorn.
They do anything that crunches because it reminds them of their food a little bit. Yeah, so Tony never tries to fuck her, and I agree. That woman's very attractive.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you. I'd fucking do horrible things to that woman once I have the doors open. I'd kill her.
You gotta say we would do
Excuse
horrible
me.
things.
We would do horrible
There
things
you
to
go.
that woman.
You
Yes,
always
we
gotta
would.
Include your
Oh, she
woman.
can watch. We do horrible things.
No, you could do it together.
Okay, we can do it together. Yes, together. That was a good one. We can do. Oh, babe.
Lotus would do the dirtiest.
We
shit
can do
there.
horrible things to Christopher Montesanti together.
You guys can get 30 seconds after me and my girlfriend do horrible things to that woman.
Horrible things to that woman. Yeah. Okay. I want to do horrible things to Furio. This is a great scene. Let's all pause for this amazing. Oh no, this
See, if you were a
one's still
Sopranos
good,
character,
it
you
actually
would be Furio.
probably
You have to be.
no. Are you talking about looks wise or looks wise? Yes.
Looks wise.
Realistically wise, I'd be Danny Scatino.
The bust out? Why would you be Scatino?
Or it'd be Artie.
Artie, I could see.
I'd be Artie.
Okay, I could see Artie, but not Scatino.
Not
How do you
Scatino.
get Scatino?
I guess I'm not that bad of a gambler, but
You could be Artie.
I could be Artie, but not a cook, like a podcasting host instead of a cook.
There you go. Whatever, however it fits in.
Like I hang out with the mafia
All
guys.
the mafia guys come by and do your podcast.
You guys know about my
Your
childhood.
restaurant.
I hung out with some of those types.
Right,
So
right,
like
right.
whatever. Red Walrus.
Itchy and
Yeah, Itchy. Yeah, another group. Red Walrus. Welcome. Love you. We love some Sopranos too. As she's sneaking off to Melfi's, complete in a zombie mode.
It was actually kind of cool seeing this though, because it's one of those little unspoken things that you always wondered how he did that.
Yep.
Right,
And-
how we got in there. Yeah.
Because he's so paranoid about it, like you figured it had to be something that he was doing.
And you never see it before, and you never see it after.
Yeah.
Tim, great. Oh, Red Walrus, great to see you. Tim, don't encourage people. He says someone do super chat to put so Phil can put small animals in his pants.
Jesus. You make a left at the stop sign. You must be looking straight at us, for Christ's sake. What are you, fucking Ray Charles?
Christ, how the hell could that have gone down? I know, I'm sorry.
Some civilian guy.
Red Walrus, you don't want to see that. No one wants to see that.
Oh, they got lost.
Except for Tim.
To be over. Junior. Mince.
So Junior
Junior Mints.
Junior Mints.
Junior Mints. I never got that. Yeah. Matt, kill him. Kill it all.
What is that?
Which one?
Why is it here?
What?
The Halloween?
The Halloween candy? Eat it.
Eat it, Matt.
Oh,
Matt.
Has that been there since
Pixie
Halloween?
sticks.
Yeah, but they're not. It's like Laffy Taffy. This shit's like
That shit lasts forever.
survives nuclear
It's in the.
It's a
You were munching on that
It's a
too,
survive,
during
bro.
stuff.
Whenever I
Tim, I love you, buddy. Thanks for helping me get paid.
The fuck you want from people tomorrow?
Lotus, no. What are you
Thank you,
doing?
Tim.
It's weird, like that's like
No,
some of these
go.
people is just like this guy in Junior's crew. Like I have no recollection of that.
Yeah,
Lotus.
this guy's just shit. And it's funny to think about everything that's going around. Like all the people are talking about Tony and his mother. Tim, I don't even know where I get the squirrel or the squid right now. I could put
I don't like it.
I could put an apple down my pants.
I don't like it.
How about we pour a bear down your pants? You give him $100.
Whoa, bear down my
Bear down the
pants.
pants. $100. That's worth.
$100. You'll allow it?
I'll pour it.
Oh my god.
Matt will pour it.
I'll have to stand over there. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate
Go.
it. Lotus, no.
How about a coffee enema? $350.
Coffee enema.
I think that's a
Healthy.
drink. They just wax
It is.
somebody.
They wax with drink. Sip, drink, whack.
What? Yes. Oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of the characters in The Sopranos you start to like and then you ultimately hate them. Mikey, you never like him. You're never
So who
supposed
was
to
that
like
that
him.
just clipped?
He clipped the guy who ordered the hit on Tony because
He's just some guy. I don't think he's in the crew right
No,
now.
he's
He was like the guy that
He's the middleman that can exactly
That connected them
him
with-
the
with the dudes that killed Tony. That didn't do it. And all he was saying was, they didn't do it today. They'll definitely do it tomorrow.
You know what I just realized is that I think I like the second season is my favorite season.
Second season is my favorite season.
Richie's so good.
Richie Aprile, Davey Scatino,
Season 2 and season 5.
Janice.
Season 5 is also one of my favorites. Which is,
The mother just peeks out in the second season.
I think the Sopranos reaches 2 peaks. One in season 2, and season 3 would have been amazing if Livia lived. And then I think it takes them a couple of seasons to get back to it, but I think season 5 is amazing too. That's the Buscemi season.
Yeah, that's
And
a great
and I
season.
think
Although
that
Well, just like the whole war between. New
But 1,
York
2, and 5 are
Jersey.
probably the best.
Mm.
But like 6 is great too. I thought
6B is
6
better
was
than
great.
6A.
See,
Yeah.
but 3 and 4 even are so good.
They're so
That's
good.
Ralph.
They are great.
right.
Yeah.
Ralphie's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, Ralphie's one of the best characters.
Bringing New York into it's incredible too when that happens. Those are great characters.
And Pete was saying this, or one of you guys was saying that season 5 is a lot about the beginning of the war in New York, which pays off in 6B.
Right.
Right.
6A is the weakest part of The Sopranos. The Kevin Finnery section,
Yeah.
all of that. We'll talk about that.
Forgave
later.
that the first time through, but in a rewatch,
It's tough.
so brutal when
It
you're
is, but
rewatching.
The
All
first episode of that
all
half
the
is
veto
good, though.
stuff in New Hampshire, like
Yup.
Yep.
And all
I-
those episodes are like the full
Matt,
60 minutes.
see, I
by
kinda
that
like
point.
the
There's
Vito-
no
Matt,
more
I
than
love you,
40,
Johnny
45
Cakes.
I like,
minutes.
I love you,
the
Johnny
Johnny
Cakes.
Cakes episode.
that's what you like. There's so much
I
other
like
shit
the
they could have been
Johnny.
doing right then.
I like the Vito thing. I thought it was funny.
Your life is
I don't hate that they did it. Just they spent so much time on it for
Yeah.
a character that
I don't
up to
mind that they
point
did that.
was like,
I don't mind they did. I just think they did it poorly.
Yeah.
Like I think everything with him and Finn, like
Should have been more Finn.
there should have been more Finn.
Right.
I
Less Vito.
still love the was
You-
pitching or catching.
You look like Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Shut the fuck up, Phil. 6B is the worst. No, 6A is the worst, dude. Tim, I love you, buddy.
6B is made just on the fight between Bobby and Tony.
Yeah. Oh, 6B star. Oh, the Soprano
That's
home
great.
movies.
Yes.
Is that you?
So here's Tony who completely tripping off his ass again.
We're just talking about you.
Yeah, this girl's a smoke show.
What are you
Yeah.
doing here?
The class in Gangatti alla scuola. I just finished. Let me ask you.
Who is the most attractive girl to ever be on The Sopranos, man?
Right here.
You think she's more attractive than
Can we
Adriana?
take strippers
Gloria.
up?
Gloria Trillo.
You're Gloria Trillo, Gloria Trillo.
Because like
This is like a younger, hotter.
This
This is like a younger,
How I Met Your Mother, the
Gloria.
crazy hot scale,
Yeah.
crazy hot scale. Okay, Gloria, you say
This
this.
is a hotter, younger Gloria. Like,
Younger,
they go
hotter
to
Gloria.
just like that.
Adriana is not hotter for you?
Gloria.
Yeah, she is. But this is.
There's definitely something about
Grace's
it.
wife in season 6 is very
Very
underrated.
attractive. Stephanie, do you have a take on who the most attractive woman on The Sopranos is? She doesn't give a shit. Most attractive man on The Sopranos, you don't give a shit either. Most attractive man's got to be Furio, right?
And we're taking no.
No.
Who's the most attractive guy in The Sopranos? Artie?
Let me think.
I have to
I'll
think
get
about
there.
that.
Well,
David Scatino,
David Scatino.
Robert Patrick's a pretty
Of the main
handsome-
cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris.
Chris.
I mean,
No.
that's like an easy one to say.
But he's not even hot
Yeah,
though.
but
He's not.
who else do you say from the main
Oh,
cast?
I'm
Furio,
gonna
it's
get
gotta be
there.
Furio. Right?
I'm
No,
gonna get
there.
what's his name? Benny.
Which one's Benny? Is
Benny,
Ben was from Doogie
From
Howser.
Doogie Howser's.
But what about Colangelo?
Red Walrus.
Colangelo? No, I don't think
Jackie
he is
Jr.?
either, though.
Jackie Jr.
Jackie Jr.
AJ.
Ralph
Probably
has
Jackie
a
Jr.
charm.
Ralphie. Lotus.
Yeah.
No.
Or
Not
Colangelo,
Ralphie.
whoever.
Oh, God.
Not Ralphie.
Nah,
Not Ralphie. Oh my god.
Matthew.
What
Bevilacqua.
the one that killed,
Bevilacqua.
The
one
kid
that
that was
killed
in.
someone.
The kid that was in
Yeah, Colangelo.
This Boy's Life
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, Caligula. Yeah.
From what the hell's it called?
This Boy's Life.
Bronx
No,
Tale.
Bronx
Tale. Yeah.
The other one. His daughter, since she was the right age for Tim, to Tim Gersh.
Now,
Red Walrus says Gloria.
Meadow was super hot in the 5th and 6th season.
Right.
Yeah.
Super hot.
Yeah.
And
on the
there's no
stool-
more Adriana. They had to
Yeah.
bring someone else in.
The big thing with this is he actually sitting in a restaurant?
No, he's hallucinating
No,
this
this
whole
is
thing.
all hallucinating.
Red Walrus says Jackie Jr. We got Jack. I think Jackie Jr. probably.
Probably Jackie Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Probably Jackie Jr.
I mean, he's
Although he's the
young
biggest
and
dick too.
Which means he's even more attractive.
I
Because
realized
like,
they made him a dick.
But
at
you
the
gotta
very end.
realize-
They're like, let's at least have him be
But
nice
you gotta
to
realize
minority
that
girl
one
for 2
kid, yeah.
seconds.
But you really- before he gets
Let's
shot.
redeem him for 2 seconds.
oh, this is when Tony has a fantasy of being trapped in Italy, like with her breastfeeding and shit like that.
Is the big jacked guy hot or not? The guy that he beats up later on.
I guess, but he's not really a main actor.
All right. Not
And he
coming
kind of has
down
that big,
father.
like, steroid forehead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember.
He
it
looks
that
very,
well.
very too Vin Diesel-y to be attractive. But I know people find Vin Diesel
I'm
attractive.
looking through the
Did
cast
you?
list.
I would say there's probably more attractive women on the show than because I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I've said it before. I'm a big fan of your dog, like Rosalia
Um,
Prio.
I know that's so weird that's your.
Also,
your
some of
thing.
Tony's girlfriends.
I
out
like
there.
Rosalia Prio. Look at Pete.
She-
Look at the look
you
on
know
Pete's
what-
face.
You know what, though? Season 1, when Jackie's still alive, she kind of looks okay. It's like she falls apart, which is actually good, but they have her fall apart a little bit.
I was gonna say the
as
head of the class girl's pretty attractive.
Yeah, she's cute.
And also Tony's Russian girlfriend's kind of cute.
Yeah.
One leg or
She
two?
is cute.
Well, I like
Actually, the
I like
one leg
one
is
better.
pretty
The one leg
cute,
is
too.
cute for a
But-
one-legged bitch.
AJ, do you think AJ like old
No.
season 6
no,
AJ?
fuck him. That little.
Any girls watching this, please comment. Is
Nah.
season 6 AJ attractive?
No. And I think like Carmela gets kind of. Like,
I'm a big
she
Edie. I'm a
cuts her
big
hair.
Edie Falco
Like,
fan.
When
in
she
the
has the
fifth
long
season,
hair, she looks good still.
And she's hot and
I think it's
Yeah.
whenever
I
she's
find
Yeah, I like
Weasley-
her now.
I find Diane Weasley way
the
attractive.
season that she's doing the teacher, she gets into super good shape.
I mean, Edie Falco, like from beginning to end, has like an amazing body.
Yeah.
Like she's fucking like that
She
scene when they're in
definitely
the
gets like super
their
good
scene when
shape.
they're in the pool
Yeah.
and Tony like. And I think for whatever it's worth, Gandolfini. For what?
Gandolfini in a row.
Gandolfini in a row. He kisses his mother, and she already knows the hit's in. Livia is amazing in this scene. She starts crying and she just keeps eating. More evidence, Matt. Livia is totally like she's like, I'm never coming here again. She eats more pasta. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight to watch this live Sopranos stream and to join and watch the episodes with us.
If I was that young lady, and you came and took me to that dance, and used that kind of talk,
That kind of talk.
she's like feeling it because she knows Tony's dead. So she's like, I'm gonna fucking be great here.
That's one of those things where the first time I watched it, I was like, ugh, I hate her. The more I watch it, the more
You just love her. Yes,
It's amazing.
it's amazing.
She's so great.
Man, she is playing this whole situation right now. She thinks Tony's about to be dead, and she is just
Never made a
kicking
It's
it,
funny because like
loving every minute of it.
it's like in the first season, she's like the boss.
She is.
Yes.
You know,
She is.
she's really pulling the strings.
Mick Dicker, one of the best names in the fucking work. Mick Dicker, love your picture, buddy. Mick Dicker!
I suppose it would be better if I never opened my mouth.
How can you get best AJ line in the series? He said, "How could you be making a joke if you're lying?" That
No, best AJ line is what no fucking ZD.
Oh yeah, what no fucking.
and
TV?
I hate to say that's a very your mom sort of thing. Like Olivia's
Yeah.
like she says something really, I'm just kidding, and
Right.
and she's like, I'm just kidding. AJ goes, "How can you be kidding if you're crying?"
This wins, huh?
And
What you looking at?
this right here is a hallucination.
The conversation with Carmela.
This is where he later in the episode he goes to her.
Oh yeah, because he asked her.
Did this
about
really-
Yeah,
conversation,
and she gets
that's
way more
cutting
pissed at
balls
him
off
when
for
he's-
asking.
I didn't ask to cut your balls off, Tony. You want me to cut your balls off?
No.
I thought the Sopranos reviews were done. Mick Dicker, no, they're never done. We've changed the Sopranos reviews to Sopranos live commentaries because Matt and I are lazy,
Fucking piece of shit.
But I actually show up for this.
and he actually shows up to this. And hopefully,
there's alcohol. I didn't.
there's
there's
alcohol
more
involved,
serious
and
than
I'm
that.
trying to add Craig and Pete to this. So if this wasn't too horrible, maybe they'll come back at some point in time. But we're gonna continue this and maybe invite a couple more people here and there. Joe occasionally, maybe invite my cousin Alan as well to join us for one of these as well. So hopefully we'll have a lot of fun. I think this is the perfect number. I think if we had one more person though here, like one or two more
Yeah,
people,
it's
it
too crowded.
would have been. I thought about inviting Al tonight, but
No,
but it was like
I was
it
with Al earlier, and he was like, "You know something? Like, I don't want to mess it up. It sounds like you guys got."
yeah.
And then I was explaining the mic situation. He was like, "Oh no."
Yeah, I was going to invite him,
Yeah.
but I was like, it would have been one too many people. But I'm going to do a separate one with him at a later date because he has so much to say that I want to just get him on a mic alone.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
I want to talk to you guys. I want to let Alan talk. If that makes
Right.
sense.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
There's a lot. He's
Yeah, he's
Alan
like
will be good for this, but Alan's like a just you and him would be
right.
enough.
And we're going to do a movie. We're not going to do the Sopranos. Alan and I are going to pick some random movie and do a random movie, just me and Alan.
right.
And that'll be enough. And that'll be
He
enough.
speaks like the three of us. He would take up as much.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
The three of us are.
You guys all wouldn't get to talk if Alan was here.
Right.
And as much as I'd want Al here, and if you ever listen to this, Alan, like, you know, you're always invited. But
I might now, Alan. Like if I
you and Alan together
yeah,
would
I
be
think
awesome.
I'd do all right with him. Like, and especially if it was a music show or something.
You, Alan, and Matt on the music thing. We're gonna do something
Yeah.
fun. Elliot's in the live fucking chat. Elliot, Matt just went off a whaling ship. I thought Elliot, great to see you, buddy. See, and again, Craig, this is what I was saying. There's less Tony dream
There
shit
was
happening
a
in
lot
this
less than
episode.
I thought. Honestly, I just from my memory bank said, I didn't like this. It was like a memory episode.
Same thing. This is it's
But
more.
the Kevin Finnerty one was way worse.
Yeah.
No, when you see this now, you see that like the music like plays into the idea of him being on the drugs, just that like sort of that dead lithium feeling that people have, where he's in his like a daze and not alert at all, except for this movie.
Oh,
One
do
thing
it.
I don't like about
Tim
the
Gersh
show-
says-
We're gonna be quiet right here, though. I think.
Oh, this
watch
yeah.
this
We'll
scene.
watch. But Pete, you got to come by for read the last comment in the live chat. Pete's gonna come by for that. That's a me and
Definitely.
That's me and Pete alone cast. See, again, the reason why we do these live commentaries when we have guests, they're a lot less intimidating than forcing a guest to do a podcast with me one-on-one. You know, this is a gateway drug of podcasting.
Yeah, it feels like we're just hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say you forget the mics are here after a while.
What a horrible hit.
What a horrible shot!
What a
Horrible
hit.
shot. One of the most well edited together sections of an episode. Like
Yeah.
the music
Cut
cutting.
that close, so that he can
weird
take
about-
attack you like that. Come on.
It's a little weird about the Sopranos though, how sometimes they just go so outside their visual comfort zone for such big moments.
Yeah, I agree. Because they're trying to make these moments seem bigger than they are, and because most of it's just yada yada yada. But when these moments happen, they make them so big and intense. I love Tony as he's just
It's amazing,
becomes so
like-
happy during this.
And again, this is
Yeah.
the first TV show that's doing
Tony
something
laughing.
like-
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like a guy with so much anxiety, has no fear.
Yep.
Weird.
And then him smiling in the middle of that, he just starts laughing. And then like we go to the hospital with him. And this whole time he's like,
Yeah.
He loves it. It goes back to that first episode when he's chasing that guy down. Tony loves this. Everything that he accuses everybody else of, when he's like, Christopher, you cowboyitis. Sorry, man. Cowboyitis. You know, he is the biggest cowboyitis guy in the world. He has cowboyitis.
But it's like, you know, like that scene with the Bevilacqua thing where him and Pussy are killing him together. And first of all, he wants to see if Pussy will do it because he's suspect of Pussy, but also he enjoys it.
He doesn't have to be there. They even say to him, Tony, you don't have to be there. And Tony's like, no, I want to be there.
Right. It's a double thing where it's like, I want to see if Pussy's going to do this, and I enjoy it, you know? Like,
yeah. And he loves it. He wants to. I mean, eventually Tony changes in that final season. This is our. I want to say this is our first time we see. No, we've seen them break into the house too when they come to the house. But this guy's a very interesting character. Definitely not a cliche.
I just felt like you say he's not the cliche, but they just never introduced the bad cop, but he's the good cop.
He is the good cop, but I say when I say he's not a cliche, they add that like weird element to him at the end of the season where he likes going to Satriale's and he like rats out Philly Leotardo to Tony.
He kind of just came a little bit
just because he likes the sandwiches because Tony's nice to him when he has a stomach problem or something like it's weird.
Why'd you wait outside?
It's my ass, Tony.
The only option you had left. It's not safe
Carmela.
on the streets for reject.
This conversation is over.
What do you mean it's not safe? What do you know?
He doesn't know anything. He's a fucking con.
Have you for the last hour been trying to get me to give you the popcorn?
Yes.
No one else eating that popcorn. I'm eating the fucking popcorn.
You know he's right, Tony.
Really, Carmela?
Wake up, Tony. It already
Carmela, shut up.
she's always the worst to him when he's like on his deathbed.
And Carmela,
Can you believe how sexist these guys are? How they just attack her all the time?
sexist?
Don't tell anybody about me going to see Melfi.
I was told
You-
to just sit back and psychiatrist.
I told you that?
Right, because they're
Wait, 'cause I'm
how
sexist?
Yeah, exactly.
He gets sexist when he gets drunk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and bring me some
Sexy?
popcorn.
Are you talking about sexy?
Yeah,
get sexy?
I did say sexy.
Babe, you're just stuck in Mad Men land because we were watching Mad Men too much. The most sexist show
He
in
gets sexy
history.
when I get drunk too. Shit.
Yeah. Craig makes out with me sometimes when he gets
Only on
drunk.
mushrooms.
Only on mushrooms.
That is disgusting. We're related.
Tim's still trying to push the squirrels down my pants in the live chat.
Tell him full bear down the pants and up to 150.
No, he wants us to go outside, find a squirrel, and shove it down my pants.
I don't know. How about a cat? We got
Yeah, we got cats. We got 3 cats.
I'll shove a cat down his pants.
And for at least an hour, I've been on fundraiser for squirrels.
Definitely.
No,
you
squids.
can definitely get the
Squids.
cat down the pants for sure.
Oh.
We'll give if you give us $500 to shove a cat down Phil's pants, we'll donate half of it to PETA.
Oh my fuck.
All right.
Super chat. Don't listen to these people, Elliot. Super chat is just a
ASPCA.
super chat is a feature where you can pin your chat up to the top and make a one-time donation. If you see a little price tag on the bottom part of your screen, you can donate. And if you donate $1 or anything like that, I will take shots and get goofy.
I will match him a shot.
You will match me a shot. If you donate, again, we're not asking for these donations. We're just putting up different things if they happen to come in from you or anybody else. But that's what Super Chat is. It's a new feature that YouTube introduced to try to compete with Twitch and bring some of the Twitch streamers over to YouTube by giving them a better commission split than they get on Twitch to start. Which Twitch is 60-40, YouTube does 70-30, and so they're trying to encourage some people to come over, but
It doesn't work.
Twitch is Twitch. This is them. I'll take advantage of the thing from a podcasting standpoint.
I don't know. I don't freaking know.
Right there is evidence you need, Matt.
Oh no, I get it.
Right there, she's like,
Who did this to him?
Anthony, well, of course he is.
Livia, you understand what's going on here?
My son got shot, and he got away.
What do we do now? What the fuck do we do now?
what the fuck do we do?
Go see him.
Tony?
Of course.
Yeah, smartest plan.
She's my Lisa.
That's it there.
Oh my God.
That's her
That's
playing,
the
and Junior watches it the whole time, and Junior sees it right here. She's okay. keep
Well,
it.
this I know what happens here.
Yeah, keep a
just
pin on
thought-
this. She immediately, well, Christopher with the hat.
Loser.
What a fucking
You're
loser.
so attractive. No.
Oh, come on. Christopher is fucking.
No.
I could have been, he could have been a model.
Two shooters.
So,
That's
I
right.
don't think so.
He's like, I could have been a model.
You know, I bet young Paulie was pretty like
Yeah.
good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
that's
I would agree with
Yeah.
that.
Tim says,
I mean, aside from his silver wings.
Hey, I got those.
hey,
He's a
No,
good-looking
Fuck off.
You don't have it styled like that.
Give me a couple years.
These guys are
Tim,
You're gonna rock that
that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do a live stream talking about it.
The newsstand? The one in Montclair? Yeah, I was in the neighborhood. What were you doing there? Taking my mother to the doctor. Oh.
I was following you.
You psycho fuck.
You psycho fuck.
Following your date with the Italian girl next door.
Husband of yours, Carmela. How much we love him. Mwah. He's the best.
Just make sure nothing happens to him.
Those guys.
Oh man.
And Matt and I have been talking about all these episodes. It's been a long time, but we've talked. They finally, I think, are starting to understand by the end of this season who their best players are. You know, like by the beginning, they spent a lot of time on unnecessary shit. These guys are what the show's all about.
Right.
Oh, what?
They
It
show.
was like you got Hesh. Hesh was kind of part of the inner circle for the first half of the
And
season.
he gets back into it in later seasons,
But he was more of a guest star that after
Yeah.
this. Like they tried to have him be such a featured part of it early on.
Junior.
Yeah, speaking of Curb, I saw another, maybe on the same episode. No, oh no, it was the Bill Buckner episode where Hesh is on and he plays a character that gets Larry to come down for a minion.
How are you, Tony?
There's like a funeral
If you'd like to speak,
and he needs a 10th guy for a minion.
we could, kneel in prayer.
Super chat explaining with screenshots and stuff. Oh, screenshots of like what super chat looks like and stuff. Help us, help you. Help us, help you, as they say.
Why am I being told to shut the fuck up? Still?
I don't know. Tim tells everyone to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
It means he likes you. You're out of your element,
You're out
Donnie.
of your element.
When Tim gives you a shut the fuck up, it basically means he loves you.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim's a good guy.
Thanks for the shut the fuck up.
It helps squirrels.
Yeah, and help squirrels. Tim Gersh, amazing guy.
Tony Gabagool Grandma, something with fat and nitrates.
Gabagool. I was gonna serve you guys some gabagool tonight, but I decided I didn't want to.
Oh, it gives me an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't want to fuck with Matt.
No. Hey, girl.
Right here.
Meadow? Who is she?
She's already, and Junior calls her on it. Junior's no idiot, and I think it gets forgotten a little bit. Junior is an idiot, and Junior knows what's going on here.
And he's still pretty sharp at this point. He hasn't had his own.
Breakdown yet.
Yeah.
Why not?
He just knows what Livia is doing.
Disappoint the future Miss New Jersey. Get out of here.
No, Mom was gonna drive us. She can't now, right?
You're gonna go.
Doesn't this result in what is it, Paulie and Sil?
Paulie and Sil taking him on a date. Livia, she's just panicking.
Eat that meat.
Easy over there.
Easy on the meat.
You guys may be sexist, but I'm pervy and sick.
Yeah. No, Tim is not drunk. Tim is sober as a cynic. I don't know why cynics are sober, but I don't know. Is he hallucinating this too?
No.
No.
This is when he lets her know that.
Oh, she's in danger, right?
Yeah.
She's on the lamb.
Yeah, she's good. I can't lamb it.
I can't lamb it. I love it when she gets all technical.
Yeah, I like when they fight. I think they have good. I see why they initially wanted to cast her as Carmela. You can see how they would have worked in that context. I mean, I'm glad they.
She couldn't have pulled off Carmela.
You don't think she could have pulled off
She doesn't
Carmela?
have
The
it.
emotional highs.
Carmela with that face. I can't even do it, but the Daily Caduceus face. I can't do it. But,
the cadence with which she talks is so slow that Lorraine Bracco.
Oh yeah.
In this, in any that I think that's part of it too. We're talking about. She's like that in every role.
She's the same
Same
exact thing.
Yeah.
Like the same. She's just
I don't know, she
basically.
plays that manic cokehead really well.
There's-
Yeah, she does.
See, there's certain actors that are like just themselves in things. You know what I mean? But if you
Then
cast
Jesse
Washington
Pinkman.
for the 10 years.
Jesse
Training Day.
Pinkman.
but
That's
if you
the real
cast
Jesse
them
Pinkman.
right, but if you cast them
Yeah,
right, they're
bitch!
perfect in the role, you know?
Right.
And that's how this is.
Yeah, and Jesse Pinkman's absolutely perfect in Breaking Bad as
Jesse
Absolutely.
Pinkman,
Jesse Pinkman.
Absolutely.
The old lady.
Rodney Dangerfield, and everything he's in.
Everything.
Everything.
That's
Yeah.
different. They designed the roles for Rodney.
Even Natural Born Killers. Even that creepy.
Oh, he's awesome.
But that's still
And
Rodney
it's just-
Dangerfield.
It's just him.
Yeah, he's just being
But
him
like-
with weird music instead of his.
because I call that a professional personality.
Yeah.
It's different than being an actor. It's like your personality is what you're marketing.
Do you know who perfected that? Bruce Willis. Like Bruce Willis made a whole career.
I was
of
just
it.
saying Kim Kardashian.
I always thought Nipsey Russell.
Nipsey.
To me, Nipsey Russell was the first.
Yeah.
Right.
We
He
were
was the
watching
first
Nipsey
professional-
Russell the other night.
because
Wildcats, baby.
He on Hollywood Squares. Nipsey Russell was like the biggest thing on Hollywood.
We were
Squares.
watching Roast the other night that he was in.
He's unbelievable.
old Dean Martin roast.
Yeah, I was
Like,
watching those. Yeah,
Think about
I've
him
made
in
Stephanie watch
Nipsey
those.
Russell and Wildcats. Remember the
Yeah,
movie
Wildcats. I was just talking about Wildcats. Yeah.
Right. He's just Nipsey Russell. To me, he's the epitome of the professional.
Wildcats.
personality.
Not to go Mr. Skin here, but if you ever want to see Goldie Hawn naked,
That's right.
freeze frame with her in the bathtub. And
Yeah.
I used to freeze frame that and
Oh yeah.
enjoy myself.
Yeah.
This has
The
turned
80s
weird.
were a weird time.
What was that?
The 80s were a weird time.
Yeah,
Goldie Hawn
you'd
was
have to
sex
really
symbol.
you'd have to really Goldie Hawn was a sex symbol. She was hot.
I mean, in the 60s, when I see the clips of her from then, she looks good. Like, what was it, Laughing or whatever?
Yeah, Laughing.
But by the 80s, don't
Like-
get it.
In the '60s, all you had was like Barbara Eden on "I Dream of Jeannie." You know,
Ooh,
we all tossed a few to her. But what are you gonna do?
no respect to me.
Hey,
And also,
I Dream of Jeannie,
and also the
I
bitch
could- I
on
could do
Bewitched,
that.
she was pretty hot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Samantha, yeah.
especially with her evil cousin
Whoa.
that she played
Yeah.
for both characters. But
She had
you
this
know,
baby. She was holding it on her breast. She was nursing it. She was whispering to it like, "It's okay, little baby. Don't cry. It's gonna be okay. I love you."
Tripping out.
She was calling out Antonio.
I love how later on you find out that even though it was obvious here, but later on she says that up until a certain point in time she was very attracted to him.
yeah,
Like she says that when he later tries to hook up, he goes, "Yeah, after a point, I was attracted to you." Until what happens, I think, in the next episode.
when he freaks out on her,
He freaks out on
spits in her face.
There is actual spit.
We got a drink. There's gonna be some spittle.
Uh-huh.
And then we have to spit it out. we all spit it on Phil.
If we get a donation.
Someone donated $100. We'll all fucking spit it
I went to
out.
buy rat poison. The guy said, "You want me to wrap it up for you, or are you gonna eat it here?" Tim Gersh killing it as always in the live motherfucking chat.
I can't stop eating popcorn.
I know, it's delicious. Here, give me that shit.
All right, pass it over.
Everyone, Craig, eat some
I'll
fucking
eat some of
popcorn.
that shit for you.
It's
Eat some
fucking
of it.
delicious.
Get in the way of my laughing.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
It fills it up a little
Nah,
bit.
eat the candy, that's part of
It's
it.
just boom
Is
chaka
it
wow
really?
wow wow.
Get rid of that shit.
I feel like Newman and Seinfeld when they call him in to eat the muffin bombs, muffin stumps.
This is great. This is fucking perfect. The look.
Can you get some of that whiskey?
Yes. No.
It's very eatable, snappy popcorn. Almost as a movie theater kind of
Boom
feel.
chicka pop.
It's called Boom Chicka Wah Wah Pop or whatever it's called. Yeah, Matt. Joe was sniffing those pixie sticks the last stream he was here for.
I'll have one of them. You want that?
Any actual like chocolate in there?
What was that?
There might be some crunch bars in there.
Is
Yeah.
it York mint peppermint powder? Is that cut it or
Let
not?
me see.
There might be
No, there's
chicken
nothing else.
rolls.
It's like fucking. It's
I'll
all.
take it.
I'm eating like Laffy Town.
There might be crunch bars in the bottom if you prefer
Let me
that.
see a crunch bar. Let me know.
There you go.
Oh, that's fine.
It's like what is this like?
It's like an almond
It's like
butter.
douchey fucking like Dunkaroos.
There's a little douchey thing. It's
Douchey
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 Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
I think that's the name on the package actually.
Justin's classic.
Douchey Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
This podcast is brought to you by
Right.
Douchey Dunkaroos.
Justin's classic douchey Dunkaroos.
I do want to say though that this
I got you.
podcast is brought to you by a new sponsor. If anyone wants to try out GameFly and you've never tried out GameFly, you can sign up for 30 free days. You can see the link in the description box below, but it's gameflytrial.com gamefly.com/issues, I believe it's what it is, but you can see it in the description box.
Gamefly is awesome.
Gamefly is awesome. If you
All right, so hold on. This here. Oh no, go ahead. Finish it.
no, if you miss Blockbuster, miss renting games, definitely check out Gamefly. You can get one free game for 30 days and try out the service and see if you like it. We're sponsored by Gamefly. This podcast is brought to you by Gamefly. So sign up for Gamefly. Find the link in the description box below. Matt.
This is where Tony realizes that he's made up this whole thing.
Yep.
No.
If someone donated $5,000, I would fly out there and do a big spit take on Phil. I'd let you take a dump on me if someone donated $5,000.
No, if we're doing
Oh my
donations
God.
for travel, it should be to donate to get filled to the Game of Thrones convention.
Yep.
I was gonna say, if you want me to take a dump on you, I can only do it.
She's almost. She's.
I can't take a dump on
there.
you.
Carmela is fucking attractive as fuck.
I
Yeah,
don't know about that.
I think she's. I
I have a big Edie Falco thing.
Was she about 40?
Probably something like that.
She doesn't
I mean,
look
she
bad.
definitely has.
She has an
She's a good
amazing
woman.
body.
She's a good-looking woman.
I
Nobody,
mean, if Goldie Hawn was a sex symbol, Edie Falco
Honestly,
could be.
no one misses
Goldie Hawn
Blockbuster.
was cute.
Like my goal, if I slept with her, would be to remove the bad lunch face.
Yeah.
Then you know, you know what I mean. But the bad lunch face is kind of hot for her.
Tony! That's just a Carmela
No.
thing. Edie doesn't have that. This is where Melfi figures out that Tony is tripping out. I do think I get some of the attractive nature of James Gandolfini. He definitely has a biggest to his personality.
No, thank
I will take one of your or, no, get me the Yingling in there. Yeah, just so you can maintain your beer as much as possible.
Anyone else see this?
You know, the issue of
Fuck you. We don't need any of your shit. Fuck you. And as always, anyone who's checked out this at any point in time has made this far in this video, we really appreciate the support you give the channel. Huge thanks to everyone that is on our Patreon. Every month we do a Patreon special cast, only for you guys. I think there's been 3 or 4 of those so far. So if you want to check that out, check out how you can become a member on Patreon. And with that, you might even get to the point where Tim could take a crap somewhere.
infanticide.
What's up, Lotus?
Situation that goes on in the world.
Are you still feeling okay?
Feel pretty good, actually.
Stop, everyone, stop the show for a potty break. Official.
Oh, this episode's gonna be over soon, right?
Mhm.
Oh, that's it.
It's like now.
Yeah.
Tony found out he's
So we can take a potty break right after this.
yes. So I'm gonna pause. I'm not gonna play this next episode quite yet. We're gonna take a little bit of a few second
Take
break.
a potty break.
before
So we
we-
can talk about this episode.
I would say, other than Whitecap, we're talking about that scene where he hits the wall. Probably one of my favorite scenes of the series is in this episode.
This
when-
next episode.
when
Livia's
in the
smiling, and
hospital,
yeah.
she's smiling.
Look at her, she's
Yeah.
smiling, and they slow motion with like Tony beating the shit out of the orderly and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So we're about to start the last episode of the evening, the season finale. I Dream of Ginny Cusamanos. Before we get into that, Matt, what are your thoughts on the Isabella?
That we just saw.
Yeah, the episode we just
Yeah,
watched.
she's amazing.
She's amazing. Most attractive woman ever in The Sopranos, next to Adriana.
I think so. We're not counting the strippers; they don't count. And
But aside from that, what did you think of the episode as a whole? I know you watched it previous. It's hard. It's tough
you know,
to
it's
watch.
weird because I guess I didn't
watching this
really
context.
realize. I thought when I just watched this a couple weeks ago that maybe I missed the fact that Tony was already getting that sort of depressed and out of sorts and unable to even get out of bed. And now rewatching these right one after another, I realized they didn't even lead into it. And it's just that was the biggest flaw in this is the fact that Tony goes from how coherent he was when he was dealing with Jimmy and dealing with the issue with Puss to like he was very much in control and totally fine to being like this where he's essentially like
I think
unless he
drugged out all the
suddenly
time.
started taking the lithium, but they never say
Right,
that.
and they don't allude to that, and they
Yeah.
could have. They could have just even.
I think they do a couple episodes earlier where she puts him on it, and
Right,
But then why did he go from
already
0 to
start
that?
declining?
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's
he's
one.
very clear-headed the episode before that.
Pete, you were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think part of the problem is it being transferred from a movie into a show. I think some of the fine lines weren't carried through as much, and I think also as much as we look at The Sopranos now and the place we are now with the way television is set up now, where every answer needs to be covered, every situation.
They didn't know this.
The Sopranos was still one of those transitional shows that was still connected to that 90s TV of Quantum Leap, all those other shows where it didn't matter.
Well, I think it was not necessarily that it didn't matter, but I don't think it's more they didn't realize people were going to go back and, 18 years later now, 6 of us are going to spend, or 5 of us are going to spend our Saturday night watching 3 episodes.
Yeah, right. When they were making The Sopranos, they didn't think that us 5 people would be sitting here and over-analyzing an episode of The Sopranos.
Why not?
I agree.
And that's the thing. They had the toughest task of doing it like this. Like, it would be interesting if this came out now.
I was just going to say that.
Bigger. If it would
How do you think The Sopranos would be different? Do you think The Sopranos would be
here's the question.
better?
If this didn't come out, what would have been the show that took something
Shield.
like The Wire or
Shield, maybe.
Okay, think of The Wire. Think of what else is a big
Shield was a hit, though.
6 Feet Under. But this level hit.
Right, but I'm saying like Oz and Wire and the
24 was also very big around this
24,
time.
I bet you're right,
24, 24
yeah.
you
because it was so serialized.
Lost, you mentioned Lost earlier. Heroes, the first season. All that shit was really
Lost
big.
in this show, though, is that Lost knew that people were going to expect the answers, and those assholes just kept introducing more and more questions with no interest of ever answering them.
I'm one of those people, like, I literally bailed out on Lost right before the last 2 episodes. I was like, fuck this show. I was like, you know,
finish at that point.
That's what Nikki said. She got so upset at me, and I was like, you know something? I'm doing this to make a fucking stand.
Nikki's
Nikki's
a forgiving television viewer.
Me too.
Nikki is a very forgiving television.
See, like, I was like, they fucked me in the show.
She still loves it. I watch it, but I shit on it. You watched our podcast on it?
I feel when I was saying something negative about Walking Dead to her recently, she's like, "What? You don't like it?" I think it was when
Nikki loves something, she really loves it, and she doesn't like Sons of Anarchy. Like, she had no problem with the end of the series. I'm like shitting on every other episode. I'm like, too much Gemma songs. She's like, I like Gemma songs. I'm like, Nikki, come on.
In retrospect, it's funny. I own the first 3 seasons of that on DVD, and I think I made the right call.
Yeah.
Past season 3, it really started to drop off.
But I mean, I wish I was like that. I'm just somebody that like I'm always questioning. Lotus?
I fucking love this
dog. Isn't that Lotus amazing?
She's the fucking best. Like,
Phil, I did hear a story about you last night, but we don't do this.
Oh, no, I want to hear about it. What story? Tell it.
So first of all, I'm gonna tell you that. No, I will. It was Louie. I don't care.
Oh, Katie said, yeah. What Katie said?
And what's amazing is she's like, I tell people used to call me Louie, and no one even believes me.
I know.
I'm only calling you.
So I like
Katie told a story about me.
All she said was that when she saw you and Lotus together
with each other,
how totally infected in love with each other you two were. That's all.
Aww.
You were really like playing up and being super sappy and lovey with her, which is I'm like that too.
I was playing it up. Aw, Katie is fun. Katie is fun. Was Dave there too, or just
no? Kate. People I saw that I knew.
We'll talk. That's a super chat day. Donate X amount and have a movie or episode discussed. Absolutely. If anyone donates any certain amount, we can definitely specifically watch that kind of movie, watch that specific movie, or watch that show that you want to watch. What I want to do is make.
You should do that. You should set a super chat amount, and if someone does that, they dictate what the movie's going to be.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. That's a good idea. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And Matt and Craig, before we start this last episode, you guys are gonna be on an upcoming show that we're gonna do a big music competition battle.
Oh, this thing. Okay.
Yeah. You guys are gonna be on a big show, a music competition battle. Who do you think, Matt, going into this? Do you think you have any chance against Craig and or Alan?
Depends on the types of questions.
Depends on the types of questions. Okay. And you also know the buzzer.
I probably know a little bit more about. I might know a little bit more about jazz than like he does, but you're not going to ask those questions. If it's rock and roll trivia, he obviously knows more about fucking Alan Jackson than I do.
Well, here's the thing.
I know more about the Grateful Dead than he does. You can ask those.
I don't know about that.
Ask all fish questions.
I don't know about that. He hung out with Julia a lot.
He did.
I know a lot of Grateful Dead questions.
You do know a lot of Grateful Dead.
They're not. It's funny.
Alan probably knows more about the Grateful Dead.
Let me tell you how I am about music in general. Is like, for some reason, even if I hate the band, for some reason I can name all the members. I'm like that. I don't know why. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. You like the girl? Who cares who I like? But I like New Edition actually. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can, even if I hate it, I hate it because I listened to it and I hate it.
Right.
I'm not one of those like I didn't hear it and I hate it.
I'm burning for you, says Tim Kirsch.
Sometimes some of the stuff I hate I want to listen to for some reason, and I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yep.
But
So we're gonna come up pretty soon. I don't know how it's gonna be. It's either gonna be maybe give all of you guys
is it a
this.
light?
Give now. 2 of you guys are here, so just hand it right back.
Mhm.
Two of you guys are here. Would you rather buzz-in style like a Jeopardy game with using the things that you're using, or would you rather me ask all of you guys the same, say, 100 questions, and then see who gets the same 100 questions right?
Buzzing style.
Buzzing's much better, like TV
Yeah.
or podcast.
Okay.
I'll tell you, like, I don't know if I do. I'd probably do better the other way, but like, I think buzzing style will be
Buzzing
better.
style's
Yeah.
better. Okay.
Much better show, and
I think it's more fair
and
that
way
way.
more shit talking between us at each other throughout the course of it.
As somebody who was listening on the infamous Alan Jackson night, however many years ago, Buzzin is way better.
Buzzing's way better.
Yeah, 'cause you guys were doing Buzzin that night, and then it would turn into like tiebreaker.
Yeah,
tiebreaker.
We did do buzzing.
Yeah,
I think we were going back and forth, but it was like, but at the end we did sort of
I
like a
don't
buzzing thing.
No, and if you got it wrong, the other person had a chance to get it right.
Yeah.
Did that work? Maybe.
That did work.
It's funny because I never listened to the old radio show,
Except for that
but,
episode,
Like
yeah.
that night, I was listening for whatever reason. Like I would listen to like 10 minutes every night that I'd be in the car, and then it would be like when I'd be at the house, I'd always forget to put it on or something.
All right, he's burning for you, and you name all the members of CCR.
Okay.
John and Tom Fogarty,
Yep.
Stu Cook. That's what he wrote up there. It's Stu Cook, and Stu Cook is the drummer, I think. I can't remember who the bass
Yeah,
player
Stu
is.
Cook is a drummer. Oh, shit.
Phil wants to do a
That's fucking
dildo
awful. I
show.
do know.
Wants to.
It's in there
He's in
somewhere.
that Creedence Clearwater Revisited that they go and
Yeah.
tour together. Stu Cook. It's not Noel something. Is it? No, I'm thinking of fucking Noel Redding. It's not Noel Redding. The name
You
almost
nailed it,
reminds me
Stu
of that.
Cook
though.
and man, Tom Fogarty, John Fogarty, Stu Cook, and who is the other guy?
No, there's a bass player. I don't know who the hell.
There
his
is a
name
bass player, and oh man,
Pete's
And they're the
looking it
same
up.
four. They like
yeah.
he
And
still
it's like,
plays
you know
with
what
Stu
sucks
Cook.
right now is I can't pick up my phone and Google it because these people can see me.
Right.
No, you're actually off camera at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But
oh, in that case,
everybody, we're gonna get to the point. Let's start this episode. We're gonna continue this discussion. We're gonna watch the final episode of The Sopranos, and then maybe we'll keep the discussion going a little bit afterwards.
Phil wants
until-
to do a dildo show.
I do want to do a dildo show.
So it's John Fogarty, Tom Fogarty, Stu Cook, and Doug Clifford. According to
Doug
the-
Clifford.
Doug Clifford, yeah.
Always forget Doug Clifford. Oh well, the bass player as
Oh, no, he was
usual.
the drummer. Stu Cook was the bassist.
Oh,
Was
see,
he really?
we messed it up.
Yeah.
Fuck, why did I think Stu Cook was
Who
the
knows? Because who cares about
Who cares,
that?
right?
Who cares?
It was John Fogarty and three lucky pricks.
We were
This-
talking
like,
about
that's
that
one of
on
those
the
examples-
back in January because it was like Twin Rivers had the ad for like
That band's all about John
Bible or
Fogerty.
whatever.
It's like it doesn't,
Right, and it's a great band. I love a lot of that
Why
shit.
would you go
But it's-
see that?
but it's about John Fogerty. I mean, that band could have been called John Fogerty and Creedence.
Dude, the other three guys didn't matter.
They don't matter. They're interchangeable.
Well, now the whole
And none of them
story
were amazing
with
musicians,
Creedence
but just
is
good.
They made a few albums and they had hit after hit after hit, and
Probably
then
a
all the-
dozen huge
and
hits
then,
that
and
everyone
then the
knows.
three other band members. Well, Tom Fogerty died, but
Right.
and then the two other band members. I don't know if Tom Fogerty died during Creedence. I don't know.
I think it was right after.
It was right after. Okay, but the other band members got jealous and they said, "We want to write songs." So then John Fogerty said, "All right, you guys can write the next album." And it fucking tanked.
It sucked.
And he was like, "All right, I'm out of here."
Yeah,
And then they somehow the record company stole all the rights. of everything.
Fantasy was, I think, the name
But
of the record.
there's a solo song by John Fogerty called "Bands Can't Dance," and it's all about their manager that played them against each other, and then eventually took the rights to everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very weird. So here we go into our final episode of season 1 of The Sopranos. This is when the shit explodes. It's amazing. Lotus is next to Craig. Notice
You know
how
what? This dog's gonna be on a milk carton at the end of the night. I'm telling you right now.
Craig's gonna do awful things to my dog. I'm so excited that my dog's gonna be in my wedding as the flower girl.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Ring bearer.
Ring bearer, flower girl. So here we are, right at Satriali's.
Great shot.
What are we gonna do? Till the government indicts anyway.
Jimmy,
What was his name again?
this answers your
Trying to blank.
concern?
I think a lot of good ground is coming.
Okay,
Ja-
I guess that's it.
Jackie Charlie. Yeah. They call him by one name too, like the dude, the guy ended up being a rat. The other captain, not Jimmy. The dude that ends up being a rat in season 6, the guy with the glasses, the old dude. He has a heart attack after he talks to the FBI at the end of the season. Where is he?
Yeah, like he's Reese's the other capo that gets arrested at the end of the season at the end of the episode of Junior. That like basically
they have a big party for him in the final season.
Make sure you send a message to everybody else.
Yeah, who remembers the bass player, Tim?
Stu Cook.
Right, yeah. Turns out we're.
And then the other guy was the drummer. What was his name again?
Doug Clifford.
Doug Clifford. I still can't remember his name.
That prick.
This is a very weird cut. That's very much like the Godfather right
This
there.
is one of my favorite scenes. I love this.
Junior brought around to pound my ass with Russian. For a while, I was bitter. But Tony's Guman's Russian. You couldn't ask for a nicer person.
Didn't have any time to put on anything
Tony
decent.
Gumas and that Russian can ask for a nice person.
That's my wife's favorite line. You
Is it-
smell like popcorn buns, like climbed up your ass.
Russian boo-boos, you go for some basic foreplay, they'll detail your car.
Look at the way Jimmy walks too.
I don't know. This is here.
Belly first.
Yeah,
How can
right.
Christopher not get
Like
his
some people
stripes
stick
for
out
this?
of his chest, he sticks out his
Yeah.
belly.
Oh no, I think that's just like an Italian mafia thing because Pussy does it, Bobby does that in later
Yeah, they
season.
just push
Just
that belly
like,
forward.
look how much food I can eat.
Bobby.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. That's why he's got to pay for sex, folks.
Yeah,
that's right. That's my line.
Big tits, little feet, hitting any man's knee.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking chump.
Have a seat.
I think this might be
This is I love it.
his first hit that we
Yeah,
see.
definitely. The only other
only
one you
other one
see
you
is
see is
Adriana.
Adriana.
That's it. I don't think you ever see him kill anybody else.
You see him try.
But now Adriana, you don't even see him kill her though.
Yeah, a lot of people think there's the Adriana's alive
Right.
theory.
You just see the fight, right?
Silvio was such a nice guy randomly. He let her live.
No, she died. They just didn't want to show it because they couldn't show her getting.
Is he out in the boat with Pussy or not?
I don't.
Or is it
Yes,
just the other two?
he is on the boat.
He is
on the boat.
Yeah.
He is on the boat. Absolutely is.
Was that your back gate?
I better get my Dominican ass out of here. Something like that.
Yep.
It's probably nothing.
Because people always saying these creepy movies.
And the last thing I knew is when Paris had come home and your dad sees him at Dominican.
That's it.
He doesn't look Dominican at all.
He doesn't.
What was that guy's name? I'm
I know. Couldn't they have like Big Poppy on top of her or something? Right?
He looks Brazilian. He doesn't look fucking.
There we go. Oh yeah, rubbing it out.
There you go, AJ.
Tell my sister.
was that really AJ jerking off?
Oh yeah.
Anthony Jr.
I just like I'm trying to find this guy's name.
Now, do you think she's faking it here?
Yes,
Totally faking.
I think she's totally faking this.
Although she is fucked up though.
What do you want, lady?
Sometimes she's not faking it.
I don't know.
Craig,
how
now
much
that I really
she
think about it, I don't
ever
know.
is. She's still pretty sharp in season 2 at points. I feel like.
I feel like this is all an act.
All of it.
I feel like this is all an act, personally.
Grandma, it's Neto, remember?
Because like
Yeah.
because she can in case she gets busted with putting the
Right.
on Tony.
She's trying.
She has to play dumb.
She's covering her lie. A good liar will set up lies early. You know what I mean? They'll set up what they want to say early on.
Have you ever gone to the Wikipedia for the Sopranos crime family?
I'm right there too, dude.
Where it's like
My
this,
sister get out of
there's a whole paragraph about what's it called?
There's like 5 different
Rest
ones.
of 83, and it's like I don't remember that much stuff about
Nope.
83 being referred to in the show that they can inform.
I love Livia in this scene. She's like, "Go shit in your hat."
You know this young man?
Of course. He's my grandson.
Phil, you need to do. Oh, Ray. His name was Ray.
Ray. Okay.
Thank you, Mick Dicker. Mick Dicker, not
Who's Ray?
Ray, the guy that Pete and I were trying to figure out who he was for the whole thing. Ray
bass player from CCR.
Ray Curto. Kudo.
Ray Manzarek, rock band.
I love that Ray Manzarek and Weird Al song.
A whole lot of thing with your mother, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love that.
So this is is this the scene where Melfi basically tells Tony that your mother tried to kill you and
Pretty much.
They're transferring her to the nursing unit, which is the thing that she dreaded and feared.
Isn't it interesting
Tony,
how this memory
I feel you, buddy.
popped up right after you failed to defeat
Yeah,
the-
exactly. Isn't this funny that this just happened to come up right now?
But
And I think Melfi thinks she's safe here. She never at this point thinks Tony can go Tony on her.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, she was always like she's always even early on defensive of like
hallucinations of that Isabella figure.
I always expected them to like have it be that she had a family member that was a connected member because she always seemed to know the code.
But that's the thing. They almost made it that she's Italian, so she knows the code.
Right,
Like you,
but
like
the scene
like
where
you
she's
get it.
interacting with her ex-husband and like her family in that one scene where they all
They're all talking about it and stuff. Yeah. Like okay, like trust me, Pete. Like I didn't tell you this, but when you're Italian, when you reach the age of 19, they send you in the mail the Mafia handbook to tell you how to deal with these
I
things.
read that when I was in high school. It was called The Complete Idiot's Guide to the Mafia. There was actually a book like that I read when I was in high school.
Godfather would be a cool watch.
Okay, I'm willing to
Phil, right now, The Godfather.
None for you. No peppermint patty for you.
Tim says Matt is on that candy bucket.
I was told to eat it. That's what she told me to do. So I'm all over it.
The live
You want
motherfucker.
some coffee cake?
No, I'm eating the candy bucket like you fucking told
Johnny
me.
coffee cake?
Yeah, you want coffee cake?
No, I'm good.
For sure, because it's gonna go bad.
No, I'm good.
No, we know good coffee cake. That's not good coffee cake.
Shut up with the coffee cake.
This is my meal tonight.
Yes, mine too.
And candy.
These people's internal phobias.
See, right now, she just keeps going. She sees the warning signs in Tony's face. Tony's basically telling her, shut up. Stop talking. This is why when I want someone to stop talking and I feel like I'm about to blow up, I'm like, stop talking. Stop now. I'm about to blow up. Stop.
Right, you let him know.
I let him know. I warn
Give
him.
him a hint.
I warn
See,
him.
my eyes usually get red like Michael J. Fox and Teen Wolf when he's about to take a basket.
It's rare, though,
You
dude.
know that? My eyes were like,
Spit.
In fairness, dude. Oh, here he has the spit. Yeah,
Spitting
he's
into
spitting
her
into her mouth.
Yeah, all right, drink, everybody.
Drink, yeah, drink,
Spit
drink,
into her
spit in her
mouth.
mouth.
There you go, right in the mouth.
Here we go.
That's her best acting. It's not
In
reacting.
fairness-
Spit in her mouth.
You want any of this?
I feel like
Spit into
we're
her mouth.
In
Here, I'll
fairness,
just pass it over so it looks like, because they can't see.
If anyone,
Yeah, you took one.
if anyone
Yeah,
wants
sure.
to super chat or whatever it's called, $50, I'll spit in Phil's mouth.
oh, that's disgusting.
Well, Phil, take the
God.
spit for 50.
Matt is getting angry about the candy, and it's great. Welcome, Ben. Craig,
She doesn't look bad here.
no, not at all. In fairness, Craig, I think I can count the times in my life I've seen you really mad on like 2 fingers.
I get mad sometimes.
No, when you do, you get really mad,
I do. I
but
get pissed off.
you don't get mad
it
often.
builds up over years.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what I saw you get
Well,
mad?
I wanna
When's
go
that?
face down
You
in
got
that.
mad when it
You
was
want a pair of hippos to
early
walk
when I
in
was
there.
with my wife. You, me, and your brother, and my wife
Yeah.
went
I
to
got
the
mad at
lobster.
Alan?
No, at the lobster.
That
shop.
most of the times I've seen you mad.
Oh, I remember that.
You left the lobster. I'm fucking out of here.
I remember that.
I've never
9
seen
times
that.
out of 10, when I've seen you mad, it's definitely about Alan. But like
Usually.
I think the
usually.
only time I've seen you mad it was about Alan.
Yeah,
like,
but-
like twice, and it was.
But
about
compared to
Alan.
the rest of our family, like Craig's been mad the least.
Well, you know what it is? It's like,
Oh, that's.
I'm the type of person
Like think about everybody else. I've seen Emily mad. I've seen you more mad. I've seen me more mad. David,
Every single one of
You
us
don't
laughed
remember-
Craig 500
You
times
don't
over.
remember, but every family gathering when we were kids, David would storm out of there angry.
I remember
Like
so much when I was young, yeah.
everyone, he'd like slam his fist on the table and like run out of there.
I'll tell you, like I get mad.
I gotta get David on one of these.
I get mad more at the fact that someone made me mad
Yeah,
than anything.
Like someone got.
she gets mad at that
I'm
reason
like, I
too.
can't believe you fucking made
Yeah,
me mad.
like why you
Like-
ruin my day?
Like that makes me more mad than anything. You know, like wow, you actually made me mad.
I've never thought about it before, but I feel like 90% of the time that I'm upset at Emily is.
Yeah,
I'm more
Yeah.
mad
That's the
that
thing.
she
She's
got
your
mad.
Alan. She's your Alan.
She's your
That's
Alan.
it. It's like
Hi, Emily.
I love Emily, but you
Everyone-
grew up with her. You know that's
everyone's
perfect.
got their buttons.
Yeah.
You know,
Charmaine,
Sure.
attractive? No.
I find Charmaine wicked attractive.
Wicked
Well,
attractive.
there's that part like too where they like have her like flirt with Tony or Tony
Especially
flirting
when
with
she
him,
starts
like,
flirting with Tony. Especially once I found out that Tony has way with her. I find her very I like that controlling sort of attitude she has over Artie. I find it really appealing. I like strong women like that. I like that. Yeah, I do.
You heard this?
Obviously. Look.
You got your Charmaine over here.
Yeah, I got my Charmaine over. I'm totally Artie to her Charmaine. She runs this shit.
It seems like it's
Your own little Vesuvius.
It's great, but he's like the host.
Oh, not the
He's like
show.
face.
She's the producer. She pays for all.
But that's
this.
what I'm saying. You're the face. You're the
Yes.
host.
Yes.
You're the face man.
Fair enough. Yes.
he's an underrated creep.
She's like Dick Cheney to your drone.
I just saw him in something else too. Some other show we were watching.
I'm sorry.
Was it Buffy he was in or Mad Men? He was in.
That was just like such a random.
I know. I painted you as the most evil person.
He was
I'm
24.
sorry.
He's in a lot of things.
But he doesn't get enough credit
You're
for
Steve
his
Bannon.
part.
I know, right?
College, I think.
Sorry about that.
It's like we were talking about how
You
bad
took over
Carmella
that.
is.
Sorry
He's
about
just
that.
as bad in that episode.
90% of the time when Phil is mad, it's because he can't find his squirrels to shove down his pants. You were very right about that, Tim. Tim Gersh, as always.
Can Tim send us a squirrel?
I'm
Well,
sure
here we
Tim
go.
could.
Speaking of squirrels. Yeah, there's the rat.
Oh, you fucking little
Yeah.
fucking bitch. As always, thank you to everyone that's tuned in tonight throughout this live stream. We really appreciate more than anything you guys joining us tonight. And Tim and Ben and Elliot and Eli and everyone else that's McDicker, everyone that's popped in the live chat tonight. Thank you for making Craig and Pete feel welcome for their first time here tonight. The live,
And thank you for making me self-conscious about the candy.
yeah, absolutely. Tim, thank you for making it so.
I need the guilt. I need the guilt.
Matt, eat more candy, Matt.
That's, yeah.
Listen, Tony. We're not Gumad. We, you and me are not. Yeah, Tim is okay. A sidekick squirrel. Secret squirrel, Tim. You're my secret squirrel, buddy.
You know how much from Morocco mold down the pants?
Oh, that'd be disgusting. Good. Same Sonny Peninsula, Tony.
What the fuck is your problem?
Yeah, what the fuck's your problem? I love the way Tony handles this shit. Never for a second did you ever think Tony could rat himself out. Like, I never thought even for a second he was going to go down this route.
Why'd you get the kumquats out of your mouth and get to the fucking point? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a shame. I don't want to get into this now. We can talk about this a little bit more at the end. But it's a shame that Gandolfini died.
Yeah.
Because I think you would have got more Sopranos. I think eventually they would have been a movie, The Trial of Tony Soprano.
Well, and
that would have happened.
And I know we talked about this last week, but that's why they ended it the way they did, to leave it open. Because
So they could do a
he
movie.
was so young, they didn't think he was going to die.
Oh, we got NES 9 Ball. Your first time in the live motherfucking chat is tonight. Thank you, buddy, so much for jumping on in and joining us tonight. We're going to do a lot more of these coming up, movies, random stuff. Going to have a lot more content coming in the next couple of months. Time to triple our efforts here and put out more and more stuff. So thank you so much for joining us. NE.
Small, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, if you're reading the chat, it's never a bad thing to interrupt.
I just saw that. I'm like, no pants malls. Okay.
Tim's the man. So here, Tony's hearing the. We haven't talked much about this episode, but this is one of the classic Sopranos episodes. As he's finally learning that his mother fucked him over.
All of them. Raymond. Larry.
Three of my cowboys have their mothers in this place? If this is true, Livia, you know what I mean, I'm the boss, for Christ's sake. If I don't act blood or no, I have to.
Did they really think this would turn Tony?
Well, they play on his emotions, but then, later on you realize that tapes can be edited and come on, but they play on his emotions is what it is.
But I wonder if they ever thought this would actually work.
Right.
This is a great scene between Artie and Livia.
This is why I don't think she was acting.
With the
why,
whole fire.
why act for fucking Artie?
This brings up more tension over the fire
scheme.
issue.
Right, no, it's a whole different way to get
It's
Tony murdered.
It's another Pete just said it. It's another way to get to Tony.
Right.
It's another way to possibly fuck with Tony. It's everything. If you're my enemy, Matt, I'm gonna fuck with you in every possible way. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to the people, the other pizza employees in your pizza store that you work in.
Mhm.
I'm gonna talk to all of them and try to get them to fuck with you during your making your pizza every day. Or no, we've talked about before. You're a teacher. I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna tell your students to fuck with you. You know, I'm gonna pay your students to fuck with you. I'm gonna fuck with you in every possible situation.
Oh, gee. What's the
I'm acting like we haven't said you're a teacher on this live cast.
Oh,
And I think part of it is like this shows how her dementia is
yeah.
baked because she's playing along with the fact that she's losing it.
Yep.
It's a nice room.
But in reality, she's still manipulating him. She knows exactly who he is. She knows how to get to him.
That's why I think it's all faked. I don't think
Yeah.
she has one bit of dementia.
Exactly.
Now, Junior's dementia is real. Like when he gets dementia,
And he's the perfect one to play into it. The way that he comes up, he's like, "No, I'm Artie, and I played with Tony."
His
And
name.
she probably just looks at him like, "Oh, this little condescending fuck."
Yeah,
Like,
exact. Like fuck this little bastard. His name was any nine ball. He played fucking what's his name? The Jewish enemy of Michael Corleone's the Italian your fucking Sicilian messenger boy Johnny Olaf. His name was Johnny Olaf or something like that in The Godfather. I believe that's the name of Junior's character in The Godfather. Johnny Olaf or something like that. He was in The Godfather. He was in Godfather 2, Tim. Junior was in The Godfather 2, playing one of the adversaries of Michael Corleone, Johnny Olaf. Hyman Roth's Italian messenger boy, his Sicilian messenger boy.
he's mostly a theater actor, though, right?
Singer, he was a musical actor and stuff like that, which is a big deal when they get him to sing in the episode where Meadows drunk.
Junior end of season 3 after.
here's what
Jack
it is.
gets
You know,
killed.
she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yep.
Come to visit me.
We go back a ways.
Right
We
here.
made a mean PB and J.
Wait a minute, we and dry.
What my son did.
Right here, yep.
Oh, how can
She
I
knows
be
exactly what she's doing.
Exactly.
Tony.
Godfather 1 and 2 are my go-to when I'm sick movies. When I was sick a couple years ago, it happened to be playing in the hospital. Like when I was going through that, like The Godfather happens to be on marathon in the hospital, so I'm like, oh shit, like 5-hour movie, so I'm in the hospital. This is fucking perfect. He was also in Boardwalk Empire. Oh yes, he was in Boardwalk Empire.
Already was?
No, Junior. Boardwalk Empire. I know Pete's a big fan of that. Hugely underappreciated show.
I'll tell you,
Great
like,
show.
I watched, for some reason, it's one of those things. I watched it the first 2 seasons and then drifted into something else. I got to get back to it.
Yeah, it finishes
I really
strong. It's a good show.
enjoyed it. Like,
Boardwalk Empire is a show that,
We didn't know.
it,
How did you find out for sure? No
as a comic book fan, it's a weird analogy, but it works like a comic book story arc where it was like, you read one issue or watch one episode like season, but it doesn't quite work. But when you do the whole thing together, it makes sense because it was always just a show where around episode 4 of the season you went, what's going on? And at the end you went, wow, they nailed that.
Are you at all excited for Iron Fist? Do you know any about the Iron Fist character?
The reviews have been so awesome.
Yeah, I haven't read any.
Character, I'm not a karate person.
Yeah,
Like in the long run,
unless it's the Karate Kid.
yeah, well, like,
awesome movie.
but it's like I was even like a Jackie Chan fan growing up. Like Rush Hour is good.
You
but-
ever see the movie Shaolin Soccer?
No.
Okay, you're gonna come over for one of these things to watch Shaolin Soccer. That's a must.
Yeah, like and it's like I can watch a Bruce Lee movie and like go, okay, that's cool, but it's like I'm not somebody that's like, watching 5 hours of kung fu.
Godfather's my go-to sick movie, but I'm never sick. However, I still watch the fuck out of it. This is a great scene between the two of them too. This is the line I was telling you about. Kind of like this is one of my favorite lines in all of The Sopranos right here.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
That's not the point. You'll know it when he says it.
Wait, don't start with that again.
Yeah, you know what it
His
is.
sisters left New Jersey so young, you would have thought they were contract settled then.
Janice.
I know.
You were different. You tried to make it work.
2 pricks with 9 millimeters.
Oh, it's coming up.
My self-esteem is non-existent right now.
He loves every minute of it.
these two hands. Next time I see her, it's going to be
One of these.
You're the concerned daughter-in-law. You got to stay even keeled.
It's amazing how much Carmela is a part of the first few seasons in the decision-making process. She doesn't. That changes. It is an act. Yep, 100%, Carmela. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's an
Uncle June and I, we had our problems.
Here it is.
With the business. But I never should have asked him about eating pussy. This whole war could have been averted.
Here we go.
Cunnilingus and psychiatry brought us.
That's idea. That's like ultimately the Sopranos in one line.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like cunnilingus and psychiatry brought us to this point. Yeah, that explains the Sopranos. Like if you want to like explain the Sopranos in one line, it's that because it just encompasses everything. It's like sick in your mind. It's fucking out there, surreal humor, and it's like it's just ridiculous.
Two things I want to bring up that we were talking about earlier. Carmela being a bad person, like you just said, she's part of the decision-making process. She likes to pretend when they like get the divorce that her head was in the sand, but her head's not in the sand.
Especially in this first season. Like it's less so even in season 2, but season 1, she knows where the money is in the ceiling. She pulls out the gun. She is very much a part of it in season 1.
Okay, I do forget this that I was saying earlier. I didn't remember him, and that's because they do whack him.
Yep.
Okay, but forgotten hot Sopranos female cast member, Barbara, the other sister.
Yeah.
One of the two actresses, because there was two actresses, but one of them was definitely not bad. I just remember that when you brought up Janice, I was like, one of the sister, like other sister. Was
this is great. We get Barbara is Barbara. One of the Barbaras is cute too.
Barbara too.
Barbara too.
Should have known more towards the end.
But this is great. I love The Sopranos more than any other show. Uses music so well to accentuate, and I think it was one of the first shows. It was very transitional in that fact to show what you could do in hour-long dramas. As much as Game of Thrones and The Sopranos are different kinds of shows, The Sopranos really set the standard. I talk about Oz a lot, but The Sopranos set the standard for what was to be
cinematography
and on television.
The writing.
On television,
I can't remember, but it's so perfect in the first episode. Maybe it's not the first episode, but early on in the first season. You know, it is the first episode. We went for coffee. And then it goes into that 50s song. What's that 50s song it goes into when they punch the guy out?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's just like perfect. I wish I could remember the song.
Sound design is so important on The Sopranos, as well as so many HBO shows. A lot of people wonder if HBO shows have one thing in common because so many of them are different. So many of the creators they allow to go in so many different directions, whether it be Westworld, Game of Thrones, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Entourage, Boardwalk Empire, The Wire, 6 Feet Under, Deadwood, The Sopranos, whatever, Sex and the City, like whatever. All these shows are amazing. Sound design is very key in all of those shows. Different sounds, different music is very synonymous. You hear music, Curb Your Enthusiasm. It's all about that, that song. Every time Larry does something stupid, you hear that fucking music.
Well, I was gonna say, even the Wire's own show, other than one scene in season 1 where Avon's walking out into the courtyard, they never have every music you hear in that show, other than that one scene with Avon, is it's like I forget the word they use for it, but it's like naturally played.
Natural, yeah. It fits in with the scene. Yeah. It's so perfect to what's going on The Wire. The Wire. I don't want to get into this because we're listening to an amazing scene here with Tony. After Tony's already, he needs to talk to her. He's telling her that I saw you. Then talking to Jeannie Cusamanos, doggy style. He's like, you know, Jeannie. But The Wire is amazing. Sometimes over time it gets forgotten about, but it's like, and it took me so long to get into it because like you need to get past that first episode and like what kind of show it is. You need to watch it when you're wide awake, not even a little sleepy, because it's kind of a slow moving show.
Like 3-4 times.
You need to get into it, but once you hook into The Wire, you see what the hype is about, and you see what a true show with no star can be like. Because so many shows, even Game of Thrones, we could say is a show without any stars. You have like these big actors that are the big members of it. The Sopranos, obviously, you have Tony. The Wire is a show where there is no star. McNulty, kind of, but not really. Baltimore is the star of that show.
know his last name.
Dark, welcome to the live motherfucking chat, Dark.
Shut the fuck up a minute. You're in bed.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it to you. I gotta go run to the boys' room.
That's not fair.
Fair. What are you talking about fair? Ugat's fair. They don't give a shit about fair.
Gods.
Okay, it's "I Wonder Why" by Dion and the Belmonts. That was the song.
Today.
The
Right
first
now.
season. The first
As a matter of fact, I'm
episode.
gonna get some
I
guys here
wonder
to stay with you
why.
and get on a plane.
Yeah, it's like just like perfect like
Yeah.
1950s.
It's just awesome. I don't know
Yeah.
why it goes so well with the scene, but
It doesn't work
it's
that
awesome.
way. I have patients who are suicidal.
Well, they're not gonna feel any better about their life if you get clipped. Jesus. Look, I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm gonna work on this problem with the people that pose a threat to you.
It's funny,
and
the
I'll
show
take
really
care of it.
become more and
And
more
you'll
of
be
a
able to come
comedy the
back.
more times I watch it.
Right.
People are gonna get murdered, aren't they?
Don't worry about those distractions. You keep your eye on it. I know what you're thinking.
You have no idea what I'm thinking.
You're thinking you're gonna go to the cops, but they're not gonna help you because you can't give them anything.
Tim says, "Hey Matt, go for the candy
Don't be
bucket now."
stupid.
I'm going for
Even in
it.
the short term.
Mm-hmm.
Get the fuck out of town.
Any Baby Ruth stuff in there?
Ooh, save some for me.
I
Those are
want
my
a Baby
favorite.
Ruth.
Good doctor.
Baby Roof.
I need some sugar.
Want some candy?
Yeah. I don't know what's
What's
there.
over here?
I got the pizzelles. I got coffee cake.
It's gonna be something. Yeah.
I'm offering
Oh,
up
you got
everything.
the
You guys
crossover
can
with
have
the cheese
everything.
thing? Oh my,
yourselves.
what's in there?
Oh, we got this scene.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, Matt, go for the candy bucket now. Jameson Whiskey was the star of the show, and it's
Nobody told me there was
I'll
cooks
have that
down there.
pretzel thing.
Oz stars.
Look, 'cause I don't give a fuck anymore. Go ahead. That restaurant was like
That's for you.
my child.
I don't like
I'll
that.
have the douche dipper.
Regeneration.
You want this?
I want the douche dipper.
How's the douche dipper?
Remember we
Oh yeah, Justin's douche dipper.
It's like Dunkaroos. Remember those?
My mother.
I love how Tony right here thinks that Artie was hired for a hit.
Because why would
At first,
What'd she tell you, my mother? Don't make it worse.
everyone says, no, it's all Matt's bucket.
Mr. Bucket.
Stick your balls in your mouth.
Bucket.
Put your balls in your mouth. I gotta show you guys the angry video game nerd Mr. Bucket video.
Oh, he's so great.
You watching-
I find out his videos, but
Yeah.
I love his stuff.
Watch his videos. Go to his website. Watch. You know what's bullshit. I think you're really gonna like those. It's like he picks all these like random things. You know what's bullshit?
Oh, I've seen some of those.
Shopping bags. They're fucking bullshit. Yeah.
His version of, you know what really grinds my
Yeah, it's his version of you know what grinds my gears. Exactly. But yeah, he's awesome. He did this month the Gods of like every King Kong movie. Like every single
because the new one.
new one's coming out. Yeah, like reviewed every
Oh,
single
did that
King.
come out yesterday?
Yeah, he did like a random review recently of the Power Rangers. Like it's a first time Power Ranger watcher and stuff. I love when Artie tries to be tough. Like this is a through line through the entire series. Artie losing his shit. Artie
You did
being
floor with the French guy.
My mother.
you frog eating footage of the goods. Yeah.
Every now and then I'll text you that.
Yeah. What was that, Pete?
I just love that they're in the middle of a parking lot in the middle of the street and he's holding like freaking. It's not like a handgun or something.
And it's
like-
next to Satrial. Is that fine?
Matt, you were the dictator of the
That's
candy
right.
bucket.
I already saw that.
Dachseisen! Muss sagt dabei ist!
Ustin Candy.
Candy! Mats!
Ashton Hudson.
Screw all these Jews! Screw all these Judens here! Look, my candy!
I didn't burn that.
Look at this guy.
Amazing.
I don't know which state's tobacco's legal in, but you know.
The camera is not on, so don't worry. Is that you can tell with the blue light up
Camera
there.
is on.
No, right now the camera's on. You can
You
see
keep seeing me going for the bucket.
you can see that blue light right there. Now it's on. Now it's off. Pete doesn't have to worry anyways. He's off camera.
Oh, where can I put this in? This is going on the floor.
You can just put it back in the bucket.
No. I got
In
a
the
collection.
bucket, you got it?
going on here.
Put it in that bowl right there in the popcorn bowl.
No,
No?
Well, I feel like that's my girlfriend. He's taking all my trash. Do
damn straight.
you want me to hold your purse?
Should hold something else.
They say don't go into the blue light. This is an amazing moment right here. As Tony knows that Junior and Livia have fucked him over. And so does Carmela. Carmela is amazing in this scene. This is why Edie Falco wins awards. Scenes like this.
This is
Oh, I fucking love this dog. I'm sorry, but like we're bonding.
Dude, isn't she
Yeah,
kind of
bonding.
Bravo like she
I love her.
has that vibe like Bravo, like
Absolutely.
Bravo, Julia's dog,
a little goofy, but like
so much a good dog. I mean, she gets excited when people are around, but
this
like,
is like a good dog right here. I'm vibing.
she really is a good dog.
I'm vibing.
She's the best. I love her.
That was last year.
Toady.
He knows everything.
So Uncle Joe, what do you hear from your lawyer on the big thing?
Like Junior's got to feel the vibe.
Ma, don't you agree they should not talk business at the table?
Carmela,
What's going on in your little corner of the world?
Yes.
like the State of the Union.
State of the Union.
I don't.
So I
Fazenda Brooks.
And
Who is Artie?
who is Artie? Who is Artie? Shut the fuck up.
from elementary school.
Oh my god.
I had a little fire in it.
Interestingly. Where? Where are we talking about?
Oh man.
Shut the fuck up, Phil.
Shut the fuck up, Livia. Shut the fuck up, Livia. Wow.
What
Wow.
a douchebag.
Whoa, like seriously though.
Who, me?
Who, me? What?
Talk to me?
Who's Artie? What?
Who's Artie?
What the fuck's Artie?
Who the fuck are you?
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, come on. Come on, Matt. She is sadistic.
I bring the kids here on Halloween.
And Artie's so great. Both these guys are great in this scene. I guess Father Phil, Artie, Rosalia Prio, they all worked together in some theater troupe before The Sopranos ever existed in like independent type films. So they all have sort of a familiarity. So every time they're in scenes together, there's some sort of humor to
I was
it.
just gonna say, if I was Father Phil, I would have banged Carmela. I would have banged Ro. I would have tried to tap Charmaine. If
And I would have even done it with Artie.
I don't know if you
With
remember
their husbands being who they are.
in season 2, he's
I think
very
I would have
flirty
because
with
like,
Mikey
how can you
Palmice's
kill a priest?
They bring back Mikey Palmice's like redhead ex-wife
How
in
can
like
you kill
season
a
2 or
priest?
season
Come
3
on.
at some point. Do you remember that though?
Yeah, no, I do remember that.
Mikey Palmice's redheaded wife. They bring back at some point.
Yeah.
At, like there's some church function, and Carmela just looks over.
Well,
And he's
she's
super
trying.
flirtatious with
Honestly,
it.
she's trying to come on to Bobby. Remember, Mikey Palmice's wife tries to pick up.
Oh
Bobby.
yeah, and Janice
Yeah.
fucks her
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Janice is like, oh, and then Janice kicks her out of the house and is like, oh, you got a big CD. Oh, that was Karen's last big CD.
Oh, the last big CD. I can respect that. There was a store that we used to get bagels at called Stone's Bakery. We're all stoned in bagels. They
Perfect
made
name for a bakery.
They-
Stone.
I think my dad took a
Bakery.
week off from
Yeah.
work when they
Stone.
closed.
they made the best
Network
half
Day.
moons because they made it on chocolate instead of vanilla cookie. Anyways,
They just made better frosting.
they made better frosting. It was just so delicious. So the bagels we had, and myself, my mother, and my uncle, we all froze like 50 of their bagels to before when they closed to like eat.
And nobody else was allowed to eat those in my
Nope.
house.
Made it. I fucking ate. I was the same way. Myself and your dad were like,
And he got the Swiss night shipped out from my uncle in California. Like,
Before you go tonight, Pete, I have to give you a piece of Swiss cheese. It's like high-end Emmenthal Swiss cheese. It's gonna ruin you. You're never gonna be able to eat that other Swiss cheese ever again. So this is where Tony's telling everybody Tim misses Steph. I miss Steph too. She adds a level of hotness to this all. Steph is gone and I'm
He
crying.
doesn't like the sausage fest.
He doesn't. It's too much. Steph, you're missed. Tim misses you.
Tim misses you.
Business was not discussed.
Yeah, watch out for Betty. He's a twisted fuck. Steph's back, Tim. She's coming back. She just had to get some food. She had to get some coffee cake and more wine.
After we were talking about it, I have to go.
You were talking about. You brought it up.
I did
alone.
but
After we brought it up, you mean after you brought it up randomly and asked, trying to sell Matt on the fucking shit.
It's not the worst thing I ever heard.
Yeah, Paulie went to one too.
I was seeing a therapist myself about a year ago.
That just made me think of when he goes to the whisper,
medium?
the medium.
Oh yeah, that's great.
One of the best scenes.
Get out of here. And then he's like still talking to the guy.
Hashtag we want Steph. Hashtag we want Lotus.
Lotus.
Yeah, without Steph, it's just 4 guys. Lotus is such a good. Aren't you such a good girl?
Lotus dog.
Matt's got 2 really awesome dogs too. That Lotus gets along with.
Want to get some camera time? There you go.
She's going so she can be near my food.
Yep. Yeah, Greg. Don't think it's anything. She's just gonna come back to you after she realizes she's not getting any food.
Yeah.
See, this is weird. I find this a little weird that Christopher ends up having the biggest problem with it when he was the one an episode ago that was saying maybe Tony's depressed, maybe blah blah blah. Like he was the first one to see it.
Because
Yeah,
Tony
but part
gave
of
such shit about like the movie writing, and anytime he does anything that's even like remotely not.
The other thing is the
Big
fear
guy.
of what he's telling, what Tony's
Good point,
telling
Pete.
her.
Yep.
Too. It's not even that he's seeing her. It's like it's what he.
It's like when your hero you realize
when,
isn't you realize your hero is Superman in
Is
the
this the
fat
episode
suit.
that like she puts him in his place, like tells him like you just out for food and
Yes.
like it's like one of the best scenes.
Yes. That's
We
coming
gotta-
up.
When that comes around, we got
That's coming up real
we gotta
soon.
give it its own minute.
And right now,
yeah, this is her.
Yeah, Carmel.
I've had enough.
Yeah.
In
Because
3,
she's jealous.
2,
Yeah.
There you go.
Because
But
she's
it's awesome when she
because
does
she's
it.
jealous as shit.
It looks so good though.
Dude, Pete, yeah, Dude, what's some of that? You don't
I
do
want
that
to
to
be
Zeta.
jealous of like a barrel on the street, like right there. It's so delicious.
It's the worst part about watching this show. It's just all the
So,
food. is
oh, there
just
she is.
delicious.
I was gonna say we're gonna go
Notice
all
how
these
much
episodes
Tony's just
without
eating throughout the
Adriana.
series,
It's my
like-
girl.
No, this is a
What was
reason
that-
why
was that
he put
great?
on like 150 pounds while they filmed the show.
Exactly. He definitely put on a lot of weight.
This series, a lot of people talk about Heath Ledger dying from the Joker role. Tony Soprano might have killed
But then
James
it's funny
Gandolfini.
how other characters lose weight as the series goes on, like Bobby,
Yep. Vito,
and a couple of others like drop weight.
You exterminators? I got faith. The owner is Portuguese.
Yes, I do find her attractive in a weird
Yeah,
way.
she's hot.
I feel so wonderful. We're up in
I
Yeah.
think she's hot.
Yeah, she's kind of hot.
Oh, you said you had something to tell me.
She's
Yeah.
not like hottest one on the show hot, but she's
No,
hot.
but like you got to think, what is
He's
she?
got a thing for
But
Rosalie
you-
Artie's very attractive
Okay, if
too.
they all
minus
went
the
to
hair.
high school together, and Tony's supposed to be 43, they're all 43.
Yeah.
So
That's a damn good 43.
yeah, I'm sorry about 43. I'm 43.
This
Look
is
at
it.
me.
This is the
like
scene I was
shit.
telling you guys about before, where and see Lotus. No, she's not getting food. She's coming back to you guys. With Tony's all happy.
You know, I'm 43.
Do you know why he's happy?
Look at me.
Guys, do you know why he's happy? Do you know why he's happy?
Yeah.
The camera will be back in a second. Sorry, I have some technical difficulties at the moment. Even though it's legal, I don't know why I'm not like doing it on camera. At
They
this
actually
point.
want to see this shit?
No, they want to see this.
Oh man,
They want to see this.
they
shit.
got problems.
Yeah, they do.
No, they can see. They can see.
No,
most
not
of
at the
it.
moment.
He watched the candy bucket.
just a close up of the candy bucket, please.
Stay to the side because I'm going to turn on the camera in a second.
I'm gonna use that line on my wife today. Go take a Midol.
Right.
It works, Matt. She won't have a problem. Lotus, who's a good girl?
What's up, pal?
She's like, I smell some lady on you.
I like the way you
Ladies actually give me
sound.
attention when I get home. She normally doesn't like me, but she's gonna smell dog tonight.
Yeah, lady puts up with Lotus.
Yeah.
This is great. This is a great. This episode, and we talked about this before, Matt, before we even did this podcast. That we're really lucky tonight. We're lucky all you guys have joined us tonight to watch these 3 episodes. This is one of the best 3-episode arcs of The Sopranos. I do like season 2 better. It's my favorite season of The Sopranos too, from beginning to end. I feel like the storyline's as tight as it could be. Richie is the best of those kind of characters that they introduce. Even though Ralphie's so entertaining, Ralphie in some ways is an anti-hero to me. I root for Ralphie.
The Janice-Richie relationship, I think.
It's crazy.
They even tried to replicate that because they put Ralphie and Janice together at a point.
Yeah, and it just never. Janice is amazing in season 2, and we're gonna get into that. Our next live stream will be the first 3 episodes of season 1.
The whole thing when
Season 2.
when they have the when he's got the gun to her head, she's having sex. And
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that.
But
Yeah, we'll
like,
get
that's
into all
so
that.
amazing. Like,
No, and it's incredible that Richie's one of the only people
you're the
that
boss.
can,
You're the
that,
best. You're the boss.
that has the balls to go up to Tony and has the clout to just stand up to Tony. None of these other guys do.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it wasn't me, it was Junior.
Yeah, Richie's got a lot of balls.
Mr. Magooch. Paulie is amazing in the scene too. He's like, I'm itching all over. He's got poison ivy.
He's just pissed because he got poison ivy. Fuck you.
This is a preamble to Pine Barrens a little bit. Like the two of them together.
There's great chemistry between the two of them. Remember when Chris gets made, and then he has to start paying for the dinners and that whole deal.
Yeah, so
like that's awesome.
Then it culminates in them killing the
waiter. Yeah.
And here's Junior.
Hold on. What about Paulie sniffing Adriana's underwear?
Oh
yeah.
Junior getting busted by the FBI here and basically saving his life.
But it's weird because it's like now he's in the house from here on out.
Yeah, basically this is the end of Junior being outside. Except I love when Junior and Bob. Except then we get to the Junior and Bobby thing and the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Bobby stuff is so good.
And then they're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. Why are they copying us?
It's funny how dated the show is by the television.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Well, the video games they play too.
The Mario Kart and stuff when AJ's playing it standing up.
See, but
or even the
people
internet,
with good
like the
taste in video
website.
games are still playing that game over anything else. Though.
Very true. We have an N64 in the closet, Pete. We can bust it out if we want to. Tim says go back in time and unmake that ending. When we're done with this episode, when this episode ends, we'll talk a little bit about the ending of The Sopranos. Hopefully we'll get this group together again to talk about more episodes of The Sopranos again, but I do want to mention the ending after we're done here at the hair. And
we talked about that a little while ago, but all in all, I understand why, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk. I'll bring it up again at the end, because just so we can finish this episode off. Grab bag Palmisi.
Oh, look at him.
Tony. Oh yeah, I thought now that one of you guys said it. Remember, I had totally forgotten that she tries to pick up Bobby at some point.
Yeah.
I now remember
His
exactly.
wife dies. She's like, you remember when Janice walks in the house and she's there? She's like, oh, I guess I'll go home. And Janice just edges her way in there, takes whatever out of the oven.
Tim says, no, we won't talk about the ending because that never happened. Sopranos ended the episode before.
That was a theory I had for a while. The second to last episode, he goes to sleep in the Roar house. And he wakes up and everything's basically okay. In the next episode, I always kind of had a theory that maybe he dies in that episode. The whole last episode.
Yeah, but that whole last episode was a dream. Possibly. I mean,
I'm not sure so many theories on the end though.
I guess I just accept that from what happened to James Gandolfini, you have to accept that the ending, Tony dies.
I always thought it my strongest theory was always that he was dead. It was just a matter of when he died. Because that's why I thought maybe the last episode was a dream because everything was so good. It was just Tony's.
Craig, this is your scene coming up here that I think you're talking.
No, that happens at the house.
No, it happens at the house.
Yeah.
That happens at the house. Oh, this is where Artie and the father's like, "Are you gonna rat on Tony?" And Artie's like, "No, I'm not stupid."
What? Come on.
Did you bring your wife into things?
No.
Sitting there in the house of God, I realized you can either be a yes person or a no person, a positive ion or a negative ion.
And I think ultimately the father's just like, sure. What did we recently see him in? Was he in a Buffy episode or was he in Mad Men?
Even as a kid,
Was it Mad Men or Buffy?
I can't remember. But we did see him.
Recently, and it was one of those two shows. It had to have been. What else do we watch?
Complicated. Yes,
Do it.
A little too comfortable outside the law. Yes, he is.
Have you ever watched Buffy, Pete? I'm trying to think if anyone else in this room would like Buffy, and you're the only you're the closest one.
I probably would.
You probably like Buffy.
It's just such a thing at this point.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people when I wouldn't just watch.
Do you ever watch
Mad
Mad Men?
The 500 tiny comic books and watching Angel and all that other crap too.
We've only watched like 3 episodes of Angel. But have you ever watched Mad Men?
I watched the first season. I want to watch it. It's
We just finished the first
there's just
season.
So much stuff.
It is. It was better than I thought.
I don't even mean Mad Men. I just mean in general. TV,
I expected not to like it. Like I boycotted that series for a while, but I was like, I'm never watching this series. We watched season 1. I'm like, this is actually really good.
John Slatter, what's his name?
I was the guy in the members only jacket that goes to the bathroom that kills Tony.
Oh yeah, the members only guy. Yeah, the dude that almost looks a little bit like Tony's dad. This is great. Junior, they basically say to him, listen, your fucking nephew is running Jersey. Admit it and you'll get off. And Junior's like, fuck you.
Right.
I love this line. I want to fucking...
Yeah.
Serious good
He's got some of the best lines.
He really does. They like early Junior. Like I hate how Junior ends up. The final Junior episodes are really tough. With the, speaking of Lost, we get the guy from Lost when he's in jail and Remember When episode. I think it's called.
Mad Men.
He was in Mad Men.
He was he was hobo one episode.
Oh yeah, it was the hobo guy. Yep.
When he has that like poker game with the Asian kid.
Yep.
It's awful.
Yeah, it's awful. It's hard. And then when Tony visits him that last time and stuff like that, I was a boss. I was a member of that. Yes.
You and my dad used to run North Jersey.
We did?
We did.
That's nice.
I like that one where when he's at the doctor's office and he's like, yeah, Chinese guy goes to the eye doctor. The doctor says he got a cataract. He says, no, I don't. I got a Rinkin Continental. Like, Junior's just got the best.
Craig, here's the scene you were talking about.
Yeah.
Also the last star of Battlestar Galactica. Yeah.
So what they're seeing on the TV about the storm.
It says a lot about both of them.
You want some coffee?
Only if you're making it.
Father?
She just calls him on every point.
No, really?
Like, no, you want it. And then he's like, no, how about wine? What time is it? You want some wine? Oh, I don't even like Renee Zellweger. You could have.
But he even admits in that season, you know,
that I'm attracted to you.
I'm a schnorrer.
Yeah.
I'm a schnorrer, he says. Like,
and later on, he also
you
said,
think I'm a schnorrer.
Later on, he also admits that he's attracted to her.
Yeah.
It might be here, too. He goes, I'm attracted to you, Carmela.
Hard choices.
But I don't know.
No, that's mine.
With this guy, you get a feeling that he likes to. He does like the taste of drama.
Yeah, he likes the taste of affair.
Like your mind off these stressors.
I would too.
You want to stay for dinner?
Something wrong, Carl?
Yes, Sir Snorer.
Tell me so I know how many steaks to defrost. Tony's not going to make it.
Yeah, you gonna be here or what?
I'll tell you right now, though, he could have stepped up his game and just drilled it right there on the kitchen.
Yeah. Anytime he wanted to.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a flying fuck.
Just leave the collar on.
You know it, and I know it.
I love when Carmela gets raw.
Oh yeah.
Edie Falco plays like all these layers so well.
You come up here and you eat his
Like the real
steaks,
Carmela, when she cuts through all the bullshit, she's just so direct and just doesn't give a fuck.
Really? Even after just last week, I told you I'm not a big Renee Zellweger fan.
I'm not a big. I don't know why I always love that. Even though I told you last week,
Yeah.
I'm not a big Renee Zellweger fan.
Well, she has good taste at least.
But it's like, but it's like this thing was a little relationship, and that's what it was. It was like a relationship that never got seeded.
And she has a bunch of these situations, and she's very frustrated. She's like, "Will someone just fuck me?" Honestly, that's really what she's saying through all the situations.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Spang me, Father Phil.
yeah, Tony gets to fuck anyone he wants.
Yeah.
Why
One
can't
leg,
someone fuck
2
me?
legs, whatever he
Yeah,
wants.
whatever you. Yeah, you fucked some girl with one leg now, Tony.
I don't even know what to call it. The whiff of sexuality. That never goes-
Didn't you think she was gonna go down on the priest when he gave her communion?
It's my job to deal with it.
I think she wanted to.
Pastoral duties.
How does Rosalie April get into your feelings for me?
Oh yeah, here it is. Oh.
So that's it.
Father Phil with
I
egg on
really
your face.
appreciate everything that you've done for me, Father Phil, truly.
Once in a while, you make a mistake and go through life with egg on your
The
face.
Buddhism, the wonderful chats. I am very fond of you.
I know you like the Beastie Boys. That's why I did that.
Oh no, I appreciate it. I particularly love that album, that song.
Oh yeah, classic.
Call this an intervention.
Probably the best hip hop.
I was gonna finish it.
Something you
Look
have
at the
this
more
MO
but
where you manipulate spiritually thirsty women. And I think a lot of it is tied up with food somehow, as well as the sexual tension game.
Man, feed me while I'm fucking you. Holy shit!
Oh, shit.
What the?
Bam! Uppercut! Oh, left to the body! And Father Phil is up against the ropes.
Finish him.
Uppercut.
Body blow,
He's going down. But honestly, again, it's all about her being a jealous motherfucker here.
No, it's all about her being honest.
No, bullshit. She's using honesty as her weapon there because
she's using honesty to manipulate the situation.
Right, because she didn't get what she wanted.
Absolutely.
I can tell you guys just grew up.
No, you guys. Fuck, you just don't want to deal with the
Without
truth.
sisters and shit. You guys.
Oh, fuck
I had
you.
a sister, I just didn't know
He had
about
a
her until I was
sister.
17.
He had a sister. Oh, here it is. His Pete's favorite scene. Here we go. This is one of my favorite scenes too. He's just like, his reaction to everything. Tony is just like,
We left a message on your home machine. Mom's had a stroke.
sure she has.
Bury her with a pillow.
Look at him. He's just like,
The MTs are
The
stabilizing.
pillow. There it is.
I know what you think. The only son, the middle child.
Look, she can't answer you. Her speech center's been affected.
shut the fuck up.
My ass.
My ass.
I the tapes, Mom. The fucking I tapes. Don't think you don't know what I'm talking about. George Clooney, don't think the fucking
One last detail. She is jealous of Rosalie McDicker.
I live a nice, long, happy life, which is what I can say for you.
This is fucking amazing. Bam.
I tried to do the right thing by you, and you trying to be whacked? She doesn't understand
The
you.
smile. She's smiling.
Come on.
She's fucking smiling.
She is, though.
Sadistic motherfucker.
Total faker, man. Like,
Total faker. She fucking faked the stroke.
but can you fake a stroke? I don't know.
Look at the smile.
That's what I'm saying. So she's not faking it well. Because then maybe half her face wouldn't smile.
No, I mean maybe she had a stroke. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's good though. This is the intro right here. This is what they took for the intro. Woke up this morning,
Right.
got myself a gun.
And then there's a guy from basketball.
Local man played like a fiddle. PG. JPG. The live chat. I'm reading the live chat. Local man played like a fiddle. It reads better than it
What?
says. Or like everyone played like a fiddle. Ultimately by Livia.
Yeah.
This scene gets referred to. This is the last scene of the episode where we ultimately. It means a lot of things. I think this last scene. Tony ultimately.
It's total foreshadowing of the last scene.
Yeah.
Scene of the series. Period.
Exact. This last scene of the series. Later, there's a scene where Artie and Tony mention this, where Tony says, "I'm going to die in your place." Remember that night, Artie, when it was raining, we came back. This is one of those moments that gets referred to a lot of back. This is also Charmaine's nightmare, as we see when we go back here. That
The hangout.
it's the hangout. Paulie, yeah, Paulie's
Paulie and Sylvia were there.
exactly. We also get Meadows' line. Maybe we'll just go to McDonald's, or it might be AJ too, to just show this all the differentials in the cultures and all that sort of stuff. It's a very excellent way to end this season.
Sometimes it already sounds like Andrew Dice
Come in. It's going to
Because Charmaine doesn't want him in there and the store is closed.
No! Come on! Come on! We'll figure out something. Come on. Whoa! They give me steroid scope and it fucked me up.
For me, let's skate, all right?
Hey, look at this.
Hey, what are you
Oh.
Hey, oh, it's you, it's you.
You look beautiful. Let's go.
looks like even though he loses Livia and Junior, he still has like the family too. It's like his Chris and Adriana are
And
at the bar. Like it's like the people that
Gas is still
aren't gonna try to kill him.
I can make most anything on the menu except whatever you got.
Yeah.
Jose, Cabernet por favor. Regaliale, right?
Already so ridiculous.
No cigars, please.
No cigars. Shut up, Charmaine.
The thing about Artie is like he's so tight with these mob guys that he probably could have been in the mob.
He would have been a shit heel though.
He definitely would have.
I know you mentioned it with the French guy, but it's like when he
So-
goes through the divorce
but
and
then,
he
like-
tries to become like tough guy. Like
Yeah, like he tries to get half
He's on
involved.
Adriana.
Sometimes.
He wants the best of both worlds.
Yeah, he tries to get half involved sometimes.
This is an interesting scene where Paulie says he has an issue with Tony seeing a psychiatrist, even though he saw a psychiatrist.
Woman issues.
Issues. There you
Issues.
go.
Lots of
Finish up.
issues.
Yeah, there you go.
Irregardless.
Irregardless.
We're the one with the issues.
Irregardless.
Oh, irregardless.
Nothing. Look, he's gonna be the new boss now. In name and everything.
It'll never be the same. There's never a moment where Tony, maybe in season 2 for a little while, where he's just happy and he's the boss. But they very quickly change it to show you the problems with being a boss.
Oh, God, Marty, you saved our freaking lives here.
It's beautiful, Artie. Thank you.
I'm gonna eat here until I fall off the stool and die.
Hey!
Hey,
No.
hey, oh.
But it is interesting that like the last season and the last frame was a lot like this, like the meeting at a restaurant or like like Meta was the last one to show up, but still like you know what I mean. It was like
it's funny.
Someday soon.
Watching that live, it felt like
Family
she was
to your
backing
own.
up forever. Just like 5
I
seconds
know,
or
right?
whatever. But it's like when you were watching that live, that was the longest fucking.
you're like, all right, get in the fucking restaurant. What the fuck's going on?
I can't parallel park myself, but just park the fucking car.
Mick Dicker says in Tony's season 5 dream with the football coach, it's revealed that Artie was doing gang shit in high school, but eventually went straight. So Artie was in the situations and was in the gang.
And Jackie,
Okay.
Ralphie.
was part of
So in
that,
high school, he was part
His
of
cousin probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll have to pay attention to that because I never realized that. Okay.
Yeah, it gets hinted at a lot, especially around season 5 when we hear Tony Blundetto that
So
Ralphie.
you could have gone down that path.
But as you say, Tony Blundetto definitely like makes references to Artie at points and stuff. Like doing.
Well, is that Springsteen at the end there? Was that Springsteen song? I think it was a Springsteen song. So we end that episode, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of our podcast. What did you guys think of these 3 episodes from what you could watch?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Definitely the strongest 3 in a row from season 1.
Yeah. What did you think, Steph?
I always like The Sopranos. Always enjoy watching episodes.
Definitely, episode 12 was better than I remembered it.
Yeah, it is.
It was.
It's not quite as bad. So now, everyone, thank you for watching the Sopranos cast. We're probably going to be on for a few more minutes here before we wrap it up, but I'm just going to end the Sopranos for now so we could just get into whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So, yeah. And watch will be the blank of like, oh, shit.
What are we
Danger
gonna
zone.
talk about?
What do we talk about?
Yeah.
I don't know what to talk about. What the fuck?
Let's talk about what to talk about.
Got to talk about this. But I mean, I think these 3 episodes are really amazing in the sense that they definitely set the standard for the second season. But I think the second season is when you start to get really into the Sopranos as a
Well, like I
storyline.
said, it's interesting that like watching this season, I realized the second season's my favorite. Although this might be like my second favorite, maybe the 5th season my third favorite, maybe.
Yeah.
But I realized, the second season's where like it really takes shape, like
Oh, people want to know, can we talk about Coach now, TV's Coach with Craig T. Nelson?
I'm Craig.
Yeah, he is Craig.
Just not T. Nelson.
He's not Craig
and
T.
it
Nelson.
is Friday. Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, we did. Rock and roll trivia. We want some rock and roll trivia. If anyone in the live chat has any rock and roll trivia questions.
we'll try
Actually, no. I have
It's free over here.
I have a couple questions. Give me a second here.
I'm falling asleep. I have to go home.
Okay, in a few minutes here.
I've been up since God knows what hour.
Not quite yet. Let's get a couple of trivia questions here.
Let me kick Craig's ass in trivia. First.
Oh man.
Yeah,
here
we'll
we go.
see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see.
Peter might shine.
Um,
Let's see.
Should we just
Stu
put
Cook.
Jeopardy on?
Stu Cook. Doug Clifford.
Here we go. Oh yeah, put a Jeopardy episode on. Let's go in the live chat. Rock and roll trivia. Yup, people in the live chat want it right now because Craig T. Nelson was from Spokane, Washington. Greg T. Nelson was the man. I love TV's coach. We had Dauber, who eventually went on to play Marshall Erickson's dad, which was in How I Met Your Mother. And Jerry Van Dyke, who I was talking about this week with Jack Pastor. Okay, so don't look over here, Matt, because you can see answers and stuff like that. Let's go to the first question. Let's go to the first question here. What was
the... to buzz in?
No, we'll go to you first, Matt. What was the first year of what? The Miramachi rock and roll? No, okay, fine. What was Elvis's middle name?
Aaron.
Craig says Aaron. You're correct. Matt.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
What was the first #1 song to have been played to have playing time of more than 4 minutes?
Light My Fire.
Is that your ultimate answer? Craig, do you have a question?
The first song to have playing times of more than 4 minutes.
Yep.
There was a #1 song.
And it was a #1 song.
Yep.
That was a great guess. More than 4 minutes, a #1 song.
Yep.
Miser Lou?
No, incorrect. Pete, do you have a guess?
No. I got another guess.
No.
Can I throw another
Yep,
guess?
throw another guess.
Hey Jude.
Good guess, but no. Stephanie, do you have a guess, or are you looking at the answer?
I'm looking at the answers.
Okay. So, Matt, do you have one more guess? Craig, one more guess?
I consider and guess shit all night, but like
yesterday, good guess.
I was thinking maybe it was Beatles after that.
The answer is The Animals, 1964 classic.
Yeah, House of the Rising Sun.
House of the Rising
I
Sun.
never would have got that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's a long.
Now,
it repeats itself.
This is a weird one. Who cares about this? What is the most recorded song in history?
Yesterday by the Beatles.
Correct.
That is
correct.
I guessed one too early.
Released in the United States in 1965, Yesterday has been covered more than 3,000 times.
I did know that.
Paul wrote the song.
Actually, yeah.
I'm just quicker. That's all.
Matt, what was the Eagles' claim to fame before they were the Eagles?
Eagles.
They took a hell of a lot of drugs
before they were the Eagles.
Good guess.
What was the Eagles' claim to fame before they were the Eagles?
The Batman theme song, MacArthur Park. No, good guess though.
Football team?
No, good guess.
But like, what does that mean? What was their claim to fame? Like Joe Walsh was in the James Gang.
I'm not sure.
But I don't think he was in the Eagles in the very, very beginning.
No, Joe Walsh wasn't. He was
right.
In the
So that
James
doesn't
Gang.
make any sense at
But
all.
like, what does that mean? Like, what was their claim to fame?
Are you ready for the answer?
Yeah,
I don't think that's good. Founding members Don Henley, Glenn Fry, and Randy Meisner and Bernie Leadon toured for 2 months as the backing group for Ronstadt before touring with the Eagles.
Who the fuck knows who's Ronstadt?
I don't know.
Oh, Linda Ronstadt. Oh, okay.
I did know that. My wife would know that.
I did know that.
Now, this is an interesting one.
She's like an Eagles historian, but she doesn't like them.
What was the first CD pressed in the United States for commercial release?
Thriller.
Good guess, but no.
The first CD for commercial release in the United States.
Yep.
It
was in 1984 for a guess.
Oh wow! So I was actually in the
You're
right.
right. That's what I say. You're very close.
I was like so right on the time frame.
It was in 1984.
Yep, 1984.
I was going to say it was 1984 by Benny.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Purple Rain soundtrack.
No. Think about someone that we may have seen tonight.
Oh, Born in the USA.
Born in the USA, Pete.
Yeah,
Correct.
good one. Yeah, there you go.
What reason did James Brown's wife use in an attempt to get traffic? No, okay. Who are the personalities in the? No, okay. Sorry.
You skipping questions?
Because they're stupid. What did writer Douglas Adams have to do with Pink Floyd?
Douglas Adams?
He's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Besides using references to various Pink Floyd songs in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, he was named the 1994. He named The 1994 Division Bell
Division
album.
Bell album. Okay.
Okay.
He's the one that named it.
You know that.
What was the first Beatles
Grass
song?
is greener.
What was the first Beatles song to go #1 on the Billboard charts?
That would be "She Loves You."
I'm gonna say.
No.
Oh no! Please me.
I was just gonna say no. That's my guess because that's what I was gonna say.
That was in Britain. I
oh
get.
shit.
Love Me Do.
Nope.
She loves you. Please me. Love me do. I want to hold your hand.
Correct, Craig. 1963's "I Want to Hold Your Hand"
It took a while.
was also recorded in German. Komm nach Deutschland, Hand. Komm die Gacke mit dein Hand. What was Chuck
That's
Berry's?
in German.
Craig. What was Chuck Berry's only #1 song?
His only #1 song, "Johnny Be Good." I'm gonna guess.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna say Rolling with Beethoven then.
Nope.
Fuck.
Pete, do you have a guess?
I think those are the only Chuck Berry songs I know. by name.
Let me think.
Bum, 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 bum. We go in the live chat, says, so long and thanks to all the fish. What does the sequence of letters mean to you? JDWII.
What?
What does the
Just
sequence...
do what somebody.
JD plays a Wii from Scrubs. What band was Lowell George in before founding Little Feat?
It's actually a good question, but I would no chance I would get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. So long and thank you to all the fish. The answer to the question was the Chuck Berry song is My Ding-a-Ling.
Was his only #1?
Yeah. He has been singing the novelty song for years, but only when he included it on the live album in 1970 did it gain popularity. How did the group Three Dog Night come by their name?
I knew this when I was younger.
Originally known as Redwood, they changed their name based on an article describing the Australian Aborigines slept with their dogs. What the fuck? Okay, one last question. Who carries the title loudest group in the world?
The Who.
Incorrect.
AC/DC.
Incorrect. This is a surprising answer.
Nickelback.
Nickelback. Fuck you. Get out of my house.
Is
No,
it really?
I'm kidding.
Surprising
That's
answer.
a surprising answer.
Was it really Nickelback?
No, it wasn't. The answer is Pink Floyd.
Really?
Rumor has it while playing in front of a lake in London in 1970, the group was so loud that the fish were killed.
See, the Who was always known as the loudest group in the world. That's
I don't know where these questions came from.
Yeah, the Who.
It's
I'm
stupid.
sorry.
How long was Dark Side of the Moon on the top charts?
It was
In
about
Britain or the
400
US?
weeks. It was
US or Britain? Where does it say?
US.
It's got to be like 400 something weeks. Like
No, Britain it was. I see-
Longer.
let me
Five
think
something?
about this. It's 1973 up until like the maybe 1990. I mean, so
88.
and up until 88. Okay, so I was close.
So it's
So,
like 15 years.
It
which
was
is-
550 weeks, something like that.
No, that's only 10 years.
So-
You said 73? No, it wasn't 73. Wasn't it 74?
73 it came out at the end of the
So if it goes up to 1998, that's like 15 years. So we'll call it 800 weeks?
A little less.
7 something? High 7s?
Mid 7s. 741 weeks.
Wow.
It fell off
And
the
they say,
It fell off the Billboard charts in October of 1988.
did you know that I think Nevermind is still on the Billboard Top 200?
Wow.
It must have dropped off at some point.
I don't think it did. I'm not
On what show? This is an easy one. On what show did Alanis Morissette appear on?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
No, you
Nope.
can't do that in
You
television.
can't do that on
But
television.
she was on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's true. She really was. Name the rock and roll song that NASA included on the CD aboard the Voyager spacecraft.
Happy Birthday.
No, you mentioned it earlier.
I did.
Johnny Be Good, probably.
Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good is the answer. Yes, great stuff. I thought the loudest was My Bloody Valentine, says McDicker. You go dead after one show. Yeah, Wells was in Scrubs as JD's older brother. Yes, on Flash. The actor that plays Wells. And it's funny, the new Wells, the character he plays right now, is very much like playing JD's brother. The what is it? HR is almost he's almost playing Wells' brother. Huff and stuff. What was the only song the Beatles gave another artist credit for performing on?
Gave another artist credit for performing on?
Yeah. There should be a second answer here. I disagree with this question.
I was going to say it must be Billy Preston on the Let It Be
Yeah, but wouldn't they
sessions.
give Clapton credit for
my guitar Louise? But it's got to be. I'm thinking Billy.
And Savoy Truffle. He was on Savoy
Maybe they didn't
Truffle,
give him
too.
credit, but like,
you don't think they give Clapton credit
but
on
Billy
that?
Preston on like one of the Let It Be
Get
sessions?
it back. Get back. That's the answer it gives here. But wouldn't they have given Clapton credit
Maybe
for?
they didn't even give him
Probably
credit.
not.
Maybe they just paid him like a flat rate. Like, here you go.
Kenny G was the loudest, says Iron Throne. I'm ashamed at all of you. JDW11, John Dawson Winter the third, Johnny Winter.
What?
Johnny Winter. The question was, what band was Lowell George in before founding Little Feat?
It was
And Johnny Winter's band. Actually, it's funny you say that,
I
and
love
I
Johnny
do
Winter.
feel shamed because we have Pete here, and Pete's dad, our uncle, was probably the biggest.
Was he like,
favorite
like,
guitar
somebody
player.
like
Yeah, Uncle Michael, are you in the live chat right now? Fucking with us?
Yeah.
You
Just like-
assholes.
That's like
And
such a
honestly,
weird.
Yeah, just
Uncle
this is
Michael
Johnny
made
Winter.
me like
He'd
the
know
biggest
that.
Johnny Winter
He'd know that
fan.
answer.
But also, do you know? Okay, do you know which what instrument played in Johnny Winter's band and in Stevie Ray Vaughan's band?
Harmonica?
The bass player.
Oh, what instrument player? Okay.
Yeah. And what's his name? The big. I wish. I
As
remember the
Tim
name.
said in the live chat, no one remembers the bass player's name unless it's Flea.
Yeah, but
Or Les Claypool.
I got it in there somewhere.
Doug Clifton. But yeah, Johnny Winter, probably one of my favorite blues guys. I think I like Buddy Guy a little bit more than Johnny Winter. Also got into with from your dad.
Yeah.
But Johnny Winter, sick.
I was watching clips on YouTube yesterday, actually, randomly.
Sick.
Yeah, Johnny Winter was amazing.
Johnny Winter really was amazing.
Yeah.
No, this is your Uncle David. No, I'm ashamed of you all. Kenny G was the loudest. H.R. Wells. You guys, thank you so much. I know we're going to start to wrap things up here in a minute. Thank you guys for joining us tonight and coming on over. And thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Watching.
Don't forget to put your clocks ahead tonight.
Yeah,
Lose an hour of
it's
sleep.
tonight?
Yeah, lose an hour of sleep.
2 a.m.
I thought it was tomorrow. Fuck.
It is. It's
tonight.
2 a.m.
Craig, who's the front man of the band?
The band,
Robbie Robertson.
Robbie Robertson or
Exactly.
Leon. I mean, some people
Love
say
of Hell.
Who also produced Neil Diamond, who originally recorded Are You Lonesome Tonight?
Elvis Presley.
Certainly the version by Elvis Presley is best known, but Blue Baron did it first.
No, I know that.
Yeah. Who is the captain of the baseball team? Lipscomb High School in Nashville. Oh, fuck yeah. I don't give a shit.
What?
Pat Boone. How many commercials did Elvis appear in? That's
8.
I just won.
Oh, lemonade.
Yeah.
That cool, refreshing drink.
Tim Gersh wants to talk about the Flash. Who fired Jimi Hendrix from his band in 1965 for missing the bus?
That would be Little Richard.
Correct. Who is the first actor to perform at Woodstock?
The first act that would be Richie Havens.
Richie Havens.
You bastard.
See, you're slow on the buzzer,
I
man.
know.
Slow on the buzzer, and that's why you'll lose.
I know
this
it's
thing.
So this is just a preview. We're gonna get Alan in here, and we're gonna
It
have a
wasn't
good.
supposed to be Richie Havens, but like
It was Richie Havens.
right, because he just had his
Oh,
guitar.
I'm
That's all
sorry,
they
I got
needed.
But
And his fingernails.
Sorry, that competitive vibe is coming through.
But everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and huge thanks to Matt, Craig, and Pete for coming by. Hopefully, they'll be able to join us again in the future, maybe individually one at a time, and then all together again in the future to watch some movies or some more live streams. Stephanie, you have to be here, so you're kind of fucked in the whole situation. But thank you as well for joining us.
Out tonight.
Yeah, you could have gone tonight. Tomorrow night, thank you, Iron. Tomorrow night, Joe Dirty Locks will be returning to the stream, and we'll be doing the Walking Dead recap. And I'm hoping for a good episode of The Walking Dead, a good Morgan and Carol episode. We will see you about that. And also next week, Joe and I will hopefully be trying to do a Game of Thrones cast, and possibly next Saturday night, maybe I might have Alan over to do a movie, and maybe Craig as well, because Stephanie's going to be out at her bachelorette party. So what's the best other way to do that is live stream. So maybe definitely Walking Dead stream tomorrow night. Thank you to all of you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you to everyone that came here tonight. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow night. And if you haven't already and you enjoyed this stream, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Also, in the description box below, you can see about getting a free Audible 30 days for Audible or free 30 days for Gamefly. So on that note, let's get a little birth control and blood tests to end this live stream. That's right, Craig. Yeah, if our songs don't live anywhere else, they live on this live stream. So have a good night, everybody.
This is proof that I play guitar.
Yeah, this song right here, we can listen to Craig the Thief playing some lead guitar.
Here's my riffage.
Yeah, this is him. This is Craig and I's song, Birth Control and Blood Test. It's a love song. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good night. We'll talk to you guys next time. Good night.
So I took it out to the local clinic and you pass blood test, my tickle go in it. Don't try to be faithful, it is true. Give you a little ass birth control too. Now the women, it's not wrong. The boyfriend is constant, pass it along. Pass her along. Pass her along. So what type of woman is for me and you? I have a simulation, damn it, it's true. Birth control blood test to ever get this dick. Condoms are natural, and plus they feel like shit. We need a woman we all can trust, so we know we fuck her, but chicks won't turn to dust. Our chicks won't turn to dust. So I knew this guy, he knew a girl. He fucked her right and he rocked that world. Then showed up unannounced. He said he has babies are worth a pound. The answer is no. Stops in the case. From an condom and messed up the pace. You only heard my hero of a song. Just join together once and for all. Everybody, if you know the words, join together. Birth control and blood test to ever get this dick. Condoms are natural, and plus they feel like shit. We need a woman we all can trust, so we know if we fuck her, our chicks won't turn to dust. Our chicks won't turn to dust. To ever get this dick. Condoms are natural, and plus they feel like shit. We need a woman we all can trust, so we know if we fuck her, our shit won't turn to dust. Our chicks won't turn to dust.
Yeah, what the fuck? No. This podcast isn't over yet because we need to shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
You're already Elvin, Donnie. What the fuck? Shut the fuck up, Donnie. What the fuck?
We gotta watch the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, no, that's a must. We could actually put that on right now, but I know you guys are like, we've been here long.
I'd love a podcast of that.
But everybody, thank you so much. Have a good night. Later.